Evening all. Just got Tyler there. Let's crack on. Hello and welcome to the United Stand. I think we are live now, which is great. Hope you're all doing very well. I'm just getting your live comments up and we'll fire away. Team news imminent any minute now. Interesting as always, isn't it? It's always interesting to see what is going to happen. And let me just get rid of that because I've got something else running as well. Lots running off. Okay. Live. Josie will get his vengeance, says Luke Everson. I hope so. Team news about to come in, like I said, and I tweeted out today. Retweet if you'd like Schweinsteiger to be involved tonight. And I think it's had over about 1,200 retweets, which is quite a lot by anybody's standards. Not involved, obviously, but Fellaini is involved. Fellaini is involved. I mean, I don't know whether City will have any kids in their squad. They might have one or two. But if you look at our squad for Matchday squad tonight, that we haven't got any kids. Apart from Rashford, we've got no kids in our squad. And I think this is the problem that Mourinho hopefully is aware of and faces. That our squad has just got so much Deadwood in it. I don't know whether you read my article, so I'm a bit repeating myself what I said the other day. But even with the likes of Rooney out, Martial's out, Fosu Mensah's out, and a couple of others like Phil Jones and Bailly, the squad is still, a Matchday squad is still full, absolutely full of Deadwood. Your Rojos, your Memphis, your Schneidlins. I mean, whether you think they're good or not, they've not been involved for the last year and a half. And I just don't. That's not what we need. These people have had their chances. Get Twansibi involved. I know he played on Monday night, but get a couple of young players involved. Get us excited, because I look at that Matchday squad today. I'm not actually that excited by it. And no Martial again. I mean, why is he not involved? Does anybody know why Martial's not involved? Because he only had a few minutes against Chelsea at the weekend. You'd think this is perfect for him to get Matchday squad. Not involved. Fosu Mensah again, not involved. It's weird when they could be playing today. And people will start doing this naive stuff like we used to do last year with Van Gaal. Maybe he's saving them for the weekend. Rubbish. Why save people for the weekend? The problem Manchester United have is no continuity and flow. Get an 11 starting together, and if it plays well tonight, pick it again on Saturday. It's not rocket science. It's not bloody slave labour. This used to happen throughout football. A same team would play on a Wednesday and on a Saturday, and United need that continuity. So I'm baffled why Martial's not involved. I'm baffled by Fosu Mensah not being involved. Mkhitaryan's involved. That's a positive. Why the hell Fellaini's in the team, I do not know. But I did say this, it doesn't matter how crap he does. He's been doing it for 3 years. He'll still find his way back into the team. And it's manager number 3. And to be honest, if there's anything irritating me tonight, it's that. There is there's just no continuity at all when it comes to Fellaini. He can do what he bloody well likes and he gets picked. Line-up for United, no Mkhitaryan and not even in the squad. I despair. I absolutely despair. He's part of the squad and then he's not in the bloody the subs or the team. Well, your team is De Gea, Valencia, Marcus Rojo, Daley Blind, Shaw, Carrick, anchoring the midfield, good with Ander Herrera, Mata, Pogba. So Mata's on the right fucking wing. I mean, absolutely furious. Just ridiculous. No Zlatan, which I suppose is quite a good thing. Rashford's probably on the left or right wing. Mata's going to be on the right wing because we've got Pogba, Herrera and Carrick. Zlatan is actually playing up front. The bench, Darmian, Fellaini, Schneider, Lingard, Memphis, Young. Well, I bet Man City are absolutely shitting themselves at this lineup. It is bloody ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm just stunned and baffled by it, lads. Absolutely stunned and baffled. I just do not know what is going on at Manchester United anymore. Just furious. Absolutely furious with it. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Why the hell is Mkhitaryan not involved at all? Not even on the bench. Absolutely furious about it. Stop swearing. It's a good point. Stop swearing, Mark. But I wear my heart on my sleeve, as I'm sure you lot do, and I'm just friggin' annoyed by it. Annoyed. So where's the excitement in that lineup again? Rashford, as per bloody usual, is the only one with any pace. Is the only one with any creativity. So if City have got any brains, double up on him because Zlatan's got no pace, Mata's got no pace, Herrera's got no pace, Carrick's got no pace, Pogba's like his head's in the cloud, and then you look at the bench, rubbish Memphis, past it Ashley Young, and that's our attacking options. What is going on? I mean, there must be a hell of a lot of truth in this Mkhitaryan stuff that Jose wants rid of him already. I'm despairing. I am despairing. I totally back the manager. I'm not going to be turned against Mourinho. I'm not going to start saying that. But I just don't get it. I do not get it anymore. You know what? Play Angel Gomez or Tahith Chong. At least they're creative and fast. I know they're way too young, but bloody hell. Rubbish. Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. I'm just so cross about this. So cross. And I just got to try and find some continuity, haven't we? Got to try and find some positivity. As per usual, we will. But no Mkhitaryan. No Mkhitaryan in the lineup. Give us your thoughts. Give us your thoughts. I just don't know what we're doing. It's a negative and slow team again, trying not to get beat. The only amazement is that Fellaini's not playing, but he's managed to get himself on the bench again. So have no fear about that. He's managed to get himself on the break on the bench. One thing I've just got to say very quickly is that for anybody who watched on Monday night with Skype Goldbridge, that will be live straight after the game. It's a new show. Straight after the game, we're going to have a new show called Skype Goldbridge where you can all get in. There's people trying to Skype me now. I'm not going to answer it, so don't waste your time. It's not the time now, and you're just going to waste your own time and mine. So don't Skype me now. It's going to be straight after the show. We've got a guest coming on in a moment to talk about the team. No Mkhitaryan is the big news. We thought he was part of the squad. We were told he's part of the squad. Fuming. It's just like it's like internal sabotage at Manchester United. I've said it so many years. It's like internal sabotage. What's going on? It just never stops. Never seems to stop with ridiculous team selections. Let's take some of your comments because I think I'm about to lose the plot if I'm not careful. Just stress levels going through the roof. Mark, so you think Jose will buy a better defender? Who knows what to do? Hey Mark, how are you? Says Harry Garner. I'm absolutely furious, Harry. I'm absolutely furious with the lineup. Really am. Hopefully we've got Ross coming in so I can get the lineup for you. But just bloody furious is my words. And we've got Ross here for a bit of... he's smiling, so... Go on, Ross. The floor's yours. I've got to sort the team out anyway and type it up for everybody. But I'm not happy. I'm not happy. We were hoping that Mkhitaryan was going to be part of it because we were a little bit frustrated that there was no Martial or Fosu Mensah. And surprise, surprise, he hasn't made the squad at all. He's not even on the bench.
Nah, I mean, I'm massively shocked by that. All the rumours were that he was going to be in the squad, so quite surprised. You know, I'm glad he's starting Herrera. If that's one positive we can take out of this team, but you know, no recognised centre back in there. We're playing a left back who is, you know, not even up to Premier League standard, and Daley Blind, who is another left back really. So that in that defence, you've got 3 left backs and a right winger. So doesn't look the greatest to me, but you know, I'm pleased to see Herrera, Pogba, Mata all play together. And you know, it'd be interesting to see how he lines that team up. You know, does he play Ibra on his own up front, completely isolated again, or does he learn from his mistakes and, you know, give him some support? You know, play sort of a diamond in midfield, play Rashford and Ibra up top together. That's what I'd like to see, but I've got this feeling that I saw Alex saying it earlier that Ibra's just going to get completely isolated up there on his own, and it's going to be another tough night.
It's a pretty poor bench. Darmian, Fellaini, Schneiderlin. Who else have we got? Lingard, Memphis and Young. Again, we spoke about this before. My big concern is no pace in the side at all. No pace in the side apart from Rashford because Mata's back out on the right wing. I mean, I get frustrated because I'll say what I think and people will say, oh, you're being negative. Nobody can back Jose Mourinho more than me. I'm 100% behind him, and I will not start being Jose out because that's ridiculous. What I will say is I'm absolutely baffled by it. It just contradicts everything that he said to us when he came. I'm not going to do rounds. I'm not going to do square pegs in round hole. Well, you are. And you know, Mata back out on the right wing again, just to accommodate Pogba. And No Martial. We're not. That makes no sense at all. Makes no sense at all. No Fosu Mensah. Makes no sense at all. The Mkhitaryan rumours. I was really hoping he was going to at least be on the bench today. So these rumours that he's fallen out with Jose and he's going to be sold. Would be made false. It can't be false anymore. There must be something to it, because there's no way he's not match fit and he still doesn't make the squad. There has to be some acceptance now from all of us that Mkhitaryan is probably on his way out of Manchester United. As mad as that sounds, there is just no excuse not to have what was arguably the best player in Europe last season nowhere near a League Cup Manchester United squad.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's been a bit of a disappointing day all round. I've been really disappointed with the negativity surrounding Mourinho. Like you say, even though this team's disappointing to me, and I'm not pleased with that team at all. But I'm not going to start not backing the manager. It's so early to keep. We've just got rid of Van Gaal, we got rid of Moyes. This is the third time, and we have to make this stick. It has to work. I don't think we have a choice anymore. But the team's disappointing. I tweeted it out earlier about the fact that I just think tonight we're on a lose anyway, because if we go out and do a really good performance, in the media would just say it's the Mickey Mouse Cup and it means nothing, and you can't do it in the Premier League. When if we go out and get battered, everyone would be negative about United again. So I would have liked to have just seen him play the kids, because if you play the kids and you get battered, everyone goes, well, it's just the kids, they'll learn from it. And to not see someone like Twanzebe in that team, to be playing 3 left backs and a midfielder as a back 4, it was just the right time to bring the kids in and just say, have a go. Fosu Mensah, play them. But he hasn't done that, and he must have his reasons for doing this tonight. I haven't seen the Man City squad. Is that looking strong?
I can't see it, because the picture I've got of Man City's lineup is typically crap Man City on Twitter.
Yeah, it's just squad numbers, isn't it?
They put pictures and not. I know who's on their bench: Gundogan, Sterling, Aguero, Adarabio, Fernando, Kolarov. Definitely Clichy company starts with Otamendi. I don't know who the right back is. Number 50, so probably a young lad. Number 75, probably a young lad. Number 6, number 9, I don't know who he is. Number 19, Sane. Number 72, Ichinea or Iheanacho. And number 15 looks like Navas. So they played a couple of kids. So, their excuses are in straight away. They're not at Old Trafford. They're using some kids. I agree with you, Paul. I think, why the hell have we not played? Why are we playing what is effectively our first team? Arguably our first team. Who, I throw it to you, Paul. Sorry, Ross. I always call you Paul. I think you're quite similar looking. And both good looking lads, by the way. I throw it to the live comments as well. You can argue that that's our best team. You really could. Because as much as we would probably want Martial in it, I don't think he's one of Jose's players at all. The Manchester City 11, okay, Philip Graham, thank you very much for this. Caballero in goal, Maffio at right back, so they're playing a kid there. Otamendi, Company, Clichy, Fernandino, Garcia, Navas, Nolito, Sane, Iheanacho. I mean, so I think Garcia is probably not a kid, although he has got 75. Maybe he is, I don't know. But they're certainly being far more experimental. And I think, Ross, it plays into City's hands, doesn't it? Because they've got nothing to lose, really. They've played a bit of a reserve side, and we've played our first team. And our bench, yet again, inexplicably, when you could have had Fosu Mensah, Martial and Mkhitaryan on it, is crap.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. They've got nothing to lose now. If they lose, then everyone's just going to say, we put out the kids. But the team actually that they're playing is quite frightening, because they've got a lot of pace in that front 3, and our defence just looks there for the taking tonight. So I'm actually quite worried about this. But I've been saying it all week, for 2 weeks now, that I just think Pogba looks tired, really tired, and he didn't have no pre-season, and he just needs a rest. And to be playing him again in the EFL Cup, it's just ridiculous. Just give him a rest. He's not being dropped. He just needs a break. He needs to be eased into it more. A player out of form sometimes some players, right, they need to be, when they're out of form, they just need to play and get better as they play. But some people just need to be taken out, if it's just for 1, maybe 2 games, and just get their energy back. And it's the same with Zlatan. He can't be undroppable. I'd love to have seen the EFL Cup give Rashford or Martial a go on his own up front. Rashford minced them up on their own up front last year, so can't see why he couldn't have been given that chance again. Yet again, it wouldn't be dropping Zlatan, it would be resting him, because this cup doesn't mean anything. United, I don't think, are going to win it. Tonight means absolutely nothing apart from a morale drop if we lose.
It's I mean, it is. You know, we're moaning. I moan a lot about the Europa League, but this game is just another hindrance. It's another game that actually, if you win it, you end up in the Europa League. So we don't need this tournament at all. And actually, we're not doing what would actually please a lot. I mean, I know people are Skyping me. I'm not going to answer it, and if you keep doing it, I'll block you because it's just flashing up on my screen and I can't see the live comments. So I'll tell you when to do it. I'm not being harsh, but I have told people at the start when you can Skype in. So Skyping me now is just going to get you blocked because it's flashing on my screen. You say and make me lose my flow. The one positive, and I think you said it, would have been let's use this to use some of the fringe players. I mean, and we're not. We're using what I think is Deadwood, which I don't want in the squad anyway. I don't care. You know, if he'd picked Memphis, Schneidlin, Darmian tonight, at least they might be there for backup. But I think they're all going to be sold anyway. I don't understand it. There was quite a few players out today, and we know Rooney's out, Bailly's out, Martial's out, Fosu Mendes out. That's 4 players, and yet still the Matchday squad was pretty unexciting apart from Mkhitaryan because we've got so much, as I was saying in my article last week, we've bought so badly over the last 3 years that the squad is riddled with bad buys that are still here, that we've not got rid of. So I just 3 left backs, like you said, in the back 4 is interesting. Rojo in any defence is interesting. I'm not even considered a score prediction until I saw the lineup, but I think we'll get beat tonight. I do. I've got no confidence in that lineup, and I never ever say that about United. And I want us to win. I mean, let's not forget it's a Manchester derby. You don't want to lose to Man City. But I look at that lineup and I don't think we will beat them. I don't think we will win. And then I think, what are the ramifications of that? Or what can happen on Saturday? And you know, as bad as it sounds, and I've been so vocal about Rooney not being anywhere near the squad, I'm sort of thinking we need Rooney back fit on Saturday, because I'm looking at this lineup and I think, well, you know, if it loses tonight, where do you go? Where do you go?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, I think Rojo is playing for his United career tonight. If it doesn't go well for him, I can't see him ever, you know, playing past January. So he's got to step up tonight, and it'll either be the making of him or he's just going to be absolutely embarrassed at back there. So that's going to be interesting to watch, especially with their pace. But you know, he could step up. He needs to step up because we obviously haven't got Bailly and we haven't got. Well, Phil Jones, Mourinho was saying, is going to be out for quite a long period of time as well. So
really,
we need.
What a surprise!
I know, but we need him to step up. But like I say, it's annoying because I wanted players in that team that, you know, are going to play to get into the starting 11. What I didn't want to see was the starting 11 that's been underperforming just having another crack at it. So yeah, it is disappointing. And going back to the Deadwood, lots been said about Herrera over the past sort of week or so, and you know, he's a great player and he's a great guy, and you know, I love him at Manchester United. But thinking back on it now, is he good enough to lead the midfield for Manchester United going forward into Champions League semi-finals, if that's where we want to end up? I don't think he is, and I don't think he will be sold because he's good enough. He's a good squad player, but there's the Deadwood goes further than we actually anticipate it, and we're actually going to be, you know, a lot of us are going to be disappointed with who goes and who stays, and a lot in that team that I'm looking at now, apart from Shaw and, you know, Rashford and Pogba, I can't see any of them being in a team in 2 years' time.
It's a really good point. I think definitely it's been mentioned this week. I think Herrera is least of our problems, but I did say it the other day. I don't know whether Herrera is good enough for a team to win a title, for a United team to win a title. But at the moment, he's one of the best players we've got, and that is a problem that's way down the line, because it's like. But I do agree with what you're saying. I don't know. I think Herrera is a great squad player. I don't know whether he's a first team player. However, there are a couple of positives from today. Luke Shaw on the left back. I think that's good. We need pace down the left. And Michael Carrick anchoring the midfield. I was really fearful he was going to be playing as a centre back. So at least I think we will be a better team tonight because Michael Carrick sat as centre midfielder, defensive midfielder. That Herrera is not one of those. I think he's been admirable in his efforts there, but he's not one of those. and Carrick is. So I'm happy Carrick's in. Does it mean Fellaini will be back there on Saturday? Probably, because I don't know whether Carrick can do 2 games in 3 days. But Andre Robinson saying team is a mess. And Tarusha says Jose's deluded. Don't turn on the manager. That's what I would say. Be frustrated. I think me and Ross are frustrated, but it's not. Yeah, the frustration is with the manager. You know, I'm not going to be hypocritical and say no, but it's certainly not manager out. It's just puzzling. There are some puzzling decisions, but it's been like that for 3 years at United. And Dan Demand saying, why is Herrera a problem, Mark? I'm 100% sure he's good enough for a first team player. You know, fine. If that's what you think, that's fine. I think it's an issue for down the road as to whether Herrera would be in a title-winning side. I don't know what it looks like. Ross doesn't know what it looks like, and none of you know what it looks like because we haven't had one for 3 years. And you know, he might be, he might not be. I'm just saying it's a problem that we're miles off even discussing anyway. Why is Mkhitaryan left out, says Paul 12. If anybody gets that, whether it's through Twitter or Mourinho, I think something needs to be clarified, because all he's doing, and I know a manager's job, Ross, is to shoulder the blame, but I think people are starting to get really pissed off about this now with Mkhitaryan, and I think something needs to be said by the club. I know they probably don't want to say it because the value will drop, but we're a big boy, we're a big club, and we'll just have to shoulder the 25 million because I think at least if he comes out and says it's just not worked out, there's an issue, then we can all forget about Mkhitaryan, back the team and the players that we've got, and be positive. But at the moment, we're getting frustrated when we think this great player, and he was a great player in Europe last year, is not part of the squad again. It puts you on a back foot, and it makes you feel frustrated before a ball's even been kicked.
Yeah, I mean, you've got that absolutely bang on. You know, Fergie outed lots of big names at Old Trafford, and the fans accepted it. There was no backlash because it'd come out straight away. As soon as the player was dropped from the start 11, the question to be asked, and he'd say it in the 15 minutes leading up to the game. He'll come out, talk to the media, and say Rooney's dropped because he don't want to play for Man United. And he did that with so many players over the years. He'd just tell the United fans there'd be no grumbling. You know, it wasn't the Twitter environment back then, but everyone would just get on with it. No one would mention him anymore because Fergie's outed him, and that was the end all. And you're absolutely right. If Mourinho come out and said, you know, Mkhitaryan threw a hissy fit in front of the players after the Man City game, and I didn't like it, and it was disrespectful, then we'd all go, fair enough. You know, that doesn't belong in a Man United team. But we just need to know, because at the minute, every week, you know, we get told Mkhitaryan's fit. We all thought Mkhitaryan was going to be in the squad today, and he isn't. And you know, everyone would back the manager if he just explained what had gone on. But it's just annoying being left in the dark. Yeah, that's just where I am with that, basically.
No, I'd agree. Romeo KGT is saying Mourinho doesn't even train with United players. Well, this is where I'm going to jump in and back him, because there is a lot of negativity about our manager at the moment. And I've got a little bit of news for you. Sir Alex Ferguson didn't train the players either. He wasn't hands-on. He had all his trainers like Querez, Phelan and McLaren over the years, Brian Kidd. They were the. If you've read all his books, he's quite open about it. You've got people like Brian Kidd and all the others I've mentioned over the years. They'd be the ones close to the players, the shoulder to cry and everything like that. And Sir Alex Ferguson watched from afar, picked the team, and was this authoritative figure. And he's the best sports manager there's ever been in sports history for me. So I think this is an absolute red herring. I think yet again we've got a leak in the dressing room. A lot of people think it's Rooney. I don't know who it is, so I'm not going to throw any names around. But I think back your manager on that. I think it's an absolute ridiculous point to try and level at Jose Mourinho. Oh, he doesn't train the players. I think that is something we can't really throw at him. I just think don't treat fans like mushrooms. Don't keep us in the dark. Let us know what's going on. I think football's changed so much now, and there's so much information out there that, you know, maybe 20 years ago, you know, fans were sort of like didn't really know what was going on. But there's so much going on now. There's so many rumours. I think you do have to make statements like that. It's a new world. And certainly, I even said it the other day, Ross. I said, if it's true, if the rumours about Mkhitaryan are true, it's highly disappointing. But my gut instinct is to back the manager, because he's the manager of Manchester United. And if a player's got a bad attitude, you know, it can be Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. It's very disappointing because they're good players and I want to see them doing well at United. But if they've got the wrong attitude, you've got to put the club first And I would agree with Jose on that.
Yeah, definitely. And going back to this back the manager thing, it's just I won't have a go at people for not backing him, but I just think it's absolutely stupid at this stage not to. Fergie needed backing when he was in his young days, and he was on the brink of being sacked. And I think it's obviously a very different situation to what Fergie had, but there's a lot of similarities where it's a squad that's a very good squad, but just it's just not good enough. And I think Mourinho, when he first come in, he could have done one of two things, and he's played the safe route because he obviously didn't want to get rid of everyone before giving them a chance because he'd be seen to be maybe too ruthless. So he's given them all a chance. I don't think there's going to be a huge clear out till January. I don't even think there'll be a lot of players coming in January. I think he's just going to ride this season out with the squad that he has and pray that he gets top four. And then next summer will be we said that this summer will be the biggest transfer window that we ever had at the club, but I think that's becoming apparent that we're going to need an even bigger one in the summer. Not for who we bring in as such, but for who we get rid of, because there's a lot of players that need to go, and the manager just needs to be backed. I mean, he's playing with Van Gaal's squad at the end of the day, and I backed him for not getting rid of them players. I didn't think it would be right to come in and just out. Even Rojo, he needed the chance. He's been given his chance, and he's dreadful, but he just needed, and he still needs backing. He's not really put a foot wrong. The only thing that I'd say that us United fans would like to see is when we appointed Mourinho, we thought we were going to get this controversial, really flamboyant guy. And I don't know if it's sort of the Bobby Charlton effect that's suppressing him, but I don't want to see him suppressed. I want to see him come out. I want to see him being controversial with refs. I want to see him walking out of press conferences, because I think that transcends onto the player, that passion. And if they see that, they might deliver that on the pitch.
Yeah, no, I agree with all of that. I'm just, I wasn't looking away there. I've got Sky Sports on, and I can see they're showing past City games, and this is quite scary. Man United v Man City, 2012, the year we won the title. It's the game at the Etihad, and our front four was Valencia on the right wing, Ashley Young on the left wing, and Rooney and Van Persie up front. Now, obviously, Van Persie's moved on. But that is scary that we've now got Ashley Young still very much involved 4 years down the line. We've got Valencia playing as a right back, and we've only just dropped Rooney. And people say that Sir Alex Ferguson left us in a mess. Well, I look at that side. Carrick's in the midfield, Ferdinand and Smalling at centre back, Raphael right back, Evra left back, Carrick and Cleverley midfield. I mean, if that's a mess, I would snap that up now, because this is players 4 years ago as well. Ashley Young 4 years ago, I think, was an asset. I think Valencia on the right wing was an asset. I think Rooney 4 years ago was an asset. I think letting Raphael go just baffles me anyway. But I think this is another defence of Jose I'm getting at, really, is that the squad is just ridiculous. And I think there was a good point made by Paul and Draughty Devil. They were talking today, and they were saying that United fans think that just because we're below fourth, we're in the relegation zone. I agree with that, but I also think as well that we think we're still title contenders. And I look at that game happening there when we did win the title. We are so far away. We are so far away from it. And I just don't, this is why I get so vocal and frustrated about Fellaini being given another chance and on the bench, because we will never win sod all with him anywhere near a United shirt, let alone the bench. But I think people think we are close, and we're not, because we've got players who are just not going to win us the title. Daley Blind is a centre-back, Valencia is a right-back, Fellaini anywhere near Manchester, Ashley Young has passed it, there's Rojo anywhere near Manchester. We're just not going to win a title or anything of significance with this squad. And I tell you what, I am bothered by it, but I will be patient because we've got a new manager. But part of that patience, because it's going to take so much time, stop picking dead wood and start the evolution. Start the revolution. Put Twansibi on the bench. Put Fosu Mensah in the squad. Play Martial because he's young. That's where you'll get your patience. You're not getting any patience from me. You're just frustrating me by picking the same crap that's got no future. Ashley Young, no future. He's in his 30s. Valencia is a right back, no future. Fellaini, no future. Mata is a right winger, no future. You go on and on and on, Ross, and I think that is the frustrating thing. Yeah,
and going back to what you said about Fergie leaving us in a mess, I totally disagree with anyone that says that. I think Fergie left us in the exact right point that he should have left Man U, was with a title-winning squad that needed a refreshment, and he left it to the next manager to make them changes so he could build his own team. But he'd already been past the title-winning team. It had Van Persie, it had Rooney, and what he did with that team was he obviously got rid of the backroom staff and all that, which is a different thing altogether. But he panic bought Fellaini in that transfer window, which was one of a massive transfer window for us. And I remember sitting there watching Sky Sports News deadline day, and as soon as that transfer went through, it was like the penny dropped for me, and thought, wow, you know, we're going to struggle, and this is going to be probably the first time in my lifetime that I'm going to have to watch United struggle, and I knew it. And then even Mata was, you know, I love Mata, we all love Mata, but he was a panic buy, and we spent loads of money. And I look in that, I'm not going to bring players that are not in today's team into it, but I look at that starting 11, and I think out of all the transferred in players, Luke Shaw, Pogba, that's it for me. All this other money that's been spent since Fergie left has just been completely wasted. Mourinho's come in, and I think he's identified that we've been paying lots of money for very average players, so he's going to spend even more money on Pogba to get a better than average player. And I think we're just going to have to do that and just keep, you know, they say the Galacticos don't work, and we're not building. Pogba's not a Galactico. He's a very good player that could play in our team for a long time. And I think we just need, these transfers have killed us over the past 2-3 years, and we need to start identifying players that are actually good enough to win a title, because we've got 30 odd squad players in this team, and they're not good enough.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler's just on about that Robin van Persie free kick, because they've just shown United winning 3-2 with that free kick in 2012. And looking at Sir Alex Ferguson there, it always brings a tear to my eye. I mean, I don't know what Jose's doing. I think he's respecting the club too much. He's being too reserved. Start bloody fighting with people on the bench. Start bloody shouting at Pep Guardiola. Sir Alex did it for 25 years. We're not bothered. Don't worry about Sir Bobby and all that lot, because he did it for years. But on to Mkhitaryan very quickly, because it's going off about Mkhitaryan. Foster just said hopefully him being left out means he'll play against Burnley. No chance. No chance. Stop the naivety. I'd be amazed if Martial plays against them. I don't think Martial's been left. Why leave Martial out? He played for like 20 minutes against Chelsea. He needs game time. He looks really rusty. Him being left out, I'd be surprised if he plays against Burnley. Mkhitaryan, zilch. Zero chance. Nil points. Not going to happen, because you got Rooney's probably going to come back. Martial might make it on the bench. He can't even get on the bench today when he's part of a matchday squad. He's part of the matchday squad. As a matchday squad, you've got your 11 players, and then you've got your, how many subs do you have? Is it 6 or 7? So he's part of that matchday squad. He hasn't even made the bench. He will not play against Saturday, and he is leaving Manchester United. I think I've been in denial about it. There's too many rumours floating around about this breakdown he apparently had against Man City, when I felt he was thrown in at the deep end wrongly and injured. But as a United fan, I'm really disappointed by it. Really disappointed, because Mkhitaryan, whilst I would always put my hands up and say I didn't watch him week in, week out, I watched him a lot over the last couple of years, and arguably one of the best players in European football last year. And boy, is he exactly the sort of player we need. And don't make me laugh. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to defend this. We've got Juan Mata playing as a right winger again tonight. Juan Mata as a right winger tonight. He's a number 10 every day of the week and Sunday, and Juan Mata's playing on the right wing. Do not tell me that Mkhitaryan with one leg cannot be better than Mata as a right winger. So you don't need a weatherman to tell you it's raining. He's gone. He's finished. Gone. And there clearly is something in the rumours. But just disappointment. And I think as Ross was saying there, it's relentless disappointment as a United fan at the moment. And I think we're being kept in the dark, and I think we deserve a hell of a lot better, because we buy our tickets, we buy our merchandise, we watch every week, and I just think we're being mugged off by the club week in, week out, because there's something going on. I know for a fact there are leaks. I know for a fact there is a dressing room unrest yet again, and I back the manager on that. I think it's disgusting. But what's going on with Mkhitaryan, I do not know. I mean, Ross, I know you sort of agreed that there's something going on. Do you think it's curtains for him at United, or are you still hopeful that it can be sorted out? All I would say is, if it's going to get sorted out, tonight was 100% plus 100% perfect to at least have him on the bench. The fact that he's not involved.
it's hard to say without actually knowing. But if the rumours are true and there has been, a bit of a breakdown or anything, Mourinho, it's obvious he's not one for giving second chances. You can see with his treatment of Schweinsteiger and even Schneiderlin to a point, he's not going to get a second chance. He's had his one chance, and I think that'll be it. I do think if there wasn't this breakdown and he is just being, rested for some unknown reason, then yeah, he might get another chance. But I agree with you, Mark. I think that these rumours, all the rumours that we hear nowadays, they're not just Twitter rumours. They're actually leaks from the dressing room, as you say, and someone would have leaked it. It only takes someone like Wayne Rooney to tell a friend that's not in the football world. He tells another friend, and it just gets out there. So the info will come out now before, an official club statement, like every manager that we've ever sacked. So I think that it is true, and I think that we've seen 60 minutes of Mkhitaryan for Manchester United, and that's all we're going to see for him. And if he does go, I don't know where he's going to go next, but he won't go to another Premier League team. So would Dortmund buy him back? I don't think so. So you're almost looking like a career over for Mkhitaryan already, which is insane for the Player of the Year from Germany.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all, because I heard somebody saying today, he doesn't press, that's why Jose doesn't like him. Well, we don't press. We don't press from the front because Zlatan's too slow. But Mkhitaryan played for Dortmund, and Dortmund press. So it's another one. It's a bit like Kagawa, isn't it? Maybe we're destined to just buy Dortmund players and screw them up. But so disappointed, because I think he was one of the most exciting signs of the summer. But just on what Ross was saying there, there's no smoke without fire, and I think some people think, the press just makes stuff up, and maybe in the past, and occasionally they do around transfers because it suits, but they don't just pluck stories out of thin air. They don't, and there's definitely something in this Mkhitaryan stuff, because today was the perfect opportunity to get rid of those rumours. Even put him on the bench and don't use him, but to just not use him again, it's obvious, and it's sad. It's really sad. I'm really depressed about it. As a Manchester United fan, I'm just really disappointed. But what can you do? What can you do? Kieran Wilson says Carrick and Herrera in the midfield together finally, which is exciting. And what about Shaw? Says GBE, very good. BEH says Solskjaer in, Jose out. I don't know about that. Talk about Luke Shaw, says GBE. We've touched on him a bit. I think Luke Shaw needs to do far better than he did last week against Fenerbahce, but he looked rusty, so it's perfect. We were on about this. Today is perfect for players to get some good opposition, but get some match fitness, which is why Martial should be playing as well. But Hassa 13, City kids versus Full Strength United. It's not really City kids, to be honest. They've got a few fringe players and one or two kids, but that's our issue, isn't it, that we didn't do it. A few people thinking we're going to lose today. Adam G, always criticising your own team. Mark, give it a rest. No, I won't. Being a football fan is about saying what you think and being passionate. And I've done it for over 30 years. I'm not going to stop now. I'm passionate about my team, and I always say this: long after the players, long after the managers have gone, I will still be sat watching Manchester United. So I always think that a fan has got every right to say what they think about their club, because Mourinho is being paid a lot of money to manage our club. Rooney doesn't support United. He's paid a lot of money to perform. I back them. I want them to do well. But ultimately, we are the ones who love our club, and we are the ones who've got a right to talk about it. And I think the Mkhitaryan situation is laughable. I think we've been such an embarrassment, Ross, for so many years. I try my best. You'll see me occasionally on Twitter putting a tweet up, and I try my best to wind up rival fans. And it works. It works a lot. I'm very good at it. But it's very difficult when every other day United are playing and giving them a load of free ammunition. And it's embarrassing. We embarrass ourselves so much with so many bad decisions, whether it is buying the likes of Fellaini, whether it is buying one of Europe's best players and then not using him, whether it is breaking the world transfer record for Pogba and then he's just not hit the ground. That is embarrassing. Zlatan, Mr. Arrogant, yeah, he's missed more chances than anybody. It is. We are. I think fans do have. Surely fans have got a right to. Nobody more than me wants us to win tonight. Everybody wants to win, but we're right to be concerned, aren't we? You can't just sit there with a big smile on your face. Otherwise, we'd have all backed Van Hal.
Yeah, it is a tough time to be. Like I say, we're just fueling the fire for him at the minute. There's only so many times that you can go back to Liverpool and say 20 times, and it gets a bit boring after a while. It'll be good to have something sort of relevant and current that we can talk about. And at the minute, that they even we said it a lot that if we got a result out of Chelsea, it would have dignified the Liverpool result. But after what we did against Chelsea, the backlash was just immense, and it was you parked the bus against us and it didn't work against Chelsea. And there's not really a lot you can say about go back and say 20 times, and just it makes you look like a bit of an idiot after a while. So you just have to sit there and take it, and it's definitely frustrating. But one thing I will pick up on, it was really interesting. I was watching a video from Manchester United's official page earlier today, and it was interesting because they were going around asking Manchester City fans, I don't know if you saw it, Mark, about if they could pick any player from Manchester United's squad to have in their team, who would they pick?
It's interesting,
And I think that, I only got the 5 that they asked, but every single one of them said Marcus Rashford, which I thought was interesting. But in hindsight, it makes total sense. But one of the live comments just commented on it, actually, about Luke Shaw. He goes totally under the radar in this country, and I think a lot of Premier League fans, just, as a Manchester United fan, I just think it's a foregone conclusion that Luke Shaw is the best left-back in this country. I don't think it's arguable, but I think a lot of the Premier League fans that don't support Manchester United don't believe that, and I find that quite strange. And, when people talking about best left-backs in the Premier League, I know he's quite fresh, but he never gets mentioned, and he really has a bad game for Manchester United, and his injury problems are coming to an end, so, but then I don't think he'll get back in the England squad. I know that's a different story altogether, but Shaw is an interesting one. I want to see him get a good run of game.
Yeah, I agree. Just very quickly, lots of you watching, lots of great comments there. Keep getting involved, keep commenting. If you could drop us a like on the video, that would be fantastic. It's nice to get 1,000 likes on these because it's a lot of effort from everybody, not just me and Ross, but everybody else. So please do drop us a like. And if you're new to the United Stand, I know a lot of you will be. You might have stumbled on this, think what the hell was going on. Please just subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We do loads of live content, and if you subscribe, you'll get a notification every time we go live, and it's always interactive with the live comments. We are the biggest independent Manchester United fan channel, and we basically always have focused on saying it how it is. So if you're passionate about Manchester United, do get commenting, get involved. And the biggest thing I've got to say, we did Skype Goldbridge on Monday night. That's me. Tonight, we're doing it how we always envisage, straight after the game, full time, for half an hour. We're going to open up the stream, Skype's Goldbridge. Hopefully, we'll be celebrating a win. If not, there's going to be a lot of rants, and you can all get on. Well, not all of you, but you can Skype, you can come onto the show like Ross has, and we just want people to let rip with how they're feeling. So that's a brand new concept tonight, straight after the game. So get ready for that, and if you're not on Skype, get yourself registered. But Mark, where is Mkhitaryan? Says Scarfless one. Yeah, rhetorical question again. It's the same. Fellaini's on the bench though, so be happy. Is it half time? No, it isn't yet. Who's in the squad that could do what Mickey is capable of? Says Suleiman. Yeah, exactly. Mark, will you do another Skype call in? Says D Ghost. Sometimes I wonder if I'm talking to myself. Straight after the match, we're going to have Call Goldbridge, and I think it's going to be a brilliant new part to the channel, really, because I don't want us to lose again. But obviously we rant, and it's going to be great to get some of you lot live after the show, just going for it. And that's what I want. Keep it clean, but I want passion, and that's why we're starting to do that. So get involved. It is your channel. Is Rooney playing? No. Sean Jackson, he's not. Junior F2 Gaming, he thinks Man United will win. I suppose let's talk about that quickly for a bit, Ross. What's going to happen in this game? Do you think we're going to win it?
I don't know. I honestly don't. I think that our defence is too open, and Carrick will, he is in there to protect that back four, but 3 left backs and a centre, right winger in defence is just going to get torn apart. So I don't think we're going to win this one at all today. I think we're going to lose probably 2 or 3-0, and it's going to be quite embarrassing for us. I hope that, I don't want to sound negative, and I don't want that to happen. And if we do win, I'll be absolutely ecstatic. But I just don't think that team is up to it. Especially with the way I can see that team playing with Zlatan isolated on his own up front. I can't see how we're going to be able to get out of our own half. So, yeah, I think we're going to lose. And I'd like to have seen. What do you think, Mark? Do you think Memphis' career is over at United?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think if he can't get on if he can't get in the starting lineup of the EFL, when you look at what City have done, you look at what Liverpool did and Spurs did last night, 10 changes. if we're not putting players like Schneiderlin and Memphis in the starting lineup for a meaningless, apart from it being a derby, which obviously is important, but look at what City have done in a derby. They're not, they've made I think double figures changes. Maybe I think they've made 10 changes. So we should have done the same. It's an opportunity to give people an opportunity, funnily enough. I think Memphis is done. I do. I think he's had enough chances. I think his head's gone. I do think he's done. What about you?
I do, yeah, but I find that quite disappointing because I know it was his first season last year, and he didn't do that well, granted, but I think he deserves more of a chance, and he has got talent. I know he hasn't and he doesn't show it in the small 10-15 minute cameos that he plays, but he's got bags of talent. And I know he played in the Mickey Mouse Dutch League, but the amount of goals and assists he scored, I mean, the talent's there. You can't go from being an immense free kick taker to being crap at free kicks overnight. He's obviously lost confidence and he's struggling, but he needs a manager to actually show confidence in him. And obviously Mourinho's not that guy, so he will go. But the frustrating thing that's going to be with Memphis is if he goes to a slightly less harder league. Say he went to PSG, for instance. I can imagine him getting like 20-30 assists in a season, and we all go, why didn't we keep him? So I do think his career's over, but I'm disappointed by that.
Shaka Phillips is saying, is Darmian good enough for a title-winning team? He's not good enough for an EFL League team. He's not even in the team, so that's your answer for that. Mark, if we lose this game, what does it do to the team's confidence, says Sam Law. Brilliant point, and I think Ross mentioned it a few minutes ago. We're in a no-win situation. We win, and it's City's reserves. We lose, and we've lost to City's reserves. I think he's missed a real trick by not putting out, by not playing Darmian at right back, by not playing Schneiderlin, by not playing Memphis. And as I think it was Tommy Herald said, why are we not playing Twansibi or Roshan Williams? Because they are better than Rojo. They could have been left out on Monday night. We knew on Monday morning we'd lost to Chelsea 4-0, and we knew we had this game coming up. To not play them, and the thing is, I don't know whether we're not in touch with our fans again, and that worries me. Are we not in touch with what United's all about? Because Jose, if he'd picked Twansibi tonight and we lost 3 or 4-0, the fans would back him. We back him because it's like, you've done something that we want to see. If we lose 3 or 4-0 tonight with that team, it's going to be, why don't you pick other players? And I know you can say, well, you'd lose a lot of confidence for those young players. Not really. There are positives though. There are positives that I do want to touch on. Michael Carrick will make a big difference. I think he will make a big difference. I think Luke Shaw can make a big difference. I would have concerns about Rojo. I think Herrera in a more advanced position is better because he's good at biting and getting after the ball, and he won't have that responsibility of having to be too defensive. Pogba, I do agree with Ross. He's playing 2 games a week, and I said this 3 weeks ago. He's played a ridiculous amount of games for the last few months. He surely needs a rest. Zlatan, hopefully he can get a goal. I wouldn't have played Zlatan. He wasn't in my team that I picked, but actually he needs to play his way to form, I suppose. So there we go. Rashford, I think, wasted on the wing, and Mata on right midfield. He may as well have played Lingard for me, but Ross, I mean, would you? I mean, without the obvious, what changes would you have made? I mean, is it as good as we can get, really, or would you have been maybe bringing a couple of kids in?
It depends what angle Mourinho's picked this team for. He might have almost picked them as not a punishment, but to say, you're absolutely dreadful against Chelsea. You're playing against Man City. I'm not going to give you the luxury of having a rest and sitting on the bench and watching the reserves play. So he might have gone at it from that angle, or, which is what I'm hoping, and what you're probably hoping as well, is that he wants to actually try out Carrick, Herrera, Mata, Pogba as a midfield. And, to be ultra positive, if this works and we win 3-0 tonight and they put in an absolute brilliant show, I think he'll start with the same midfield against, I forget who we're playing on the weekend, but
Burnley, yeah.
If the team plays well enough, I think he will start the same team. And I know Carrick, we say he can't play 2 games a week. I think Carrick is, like as Fergie said, a Rolls Royce midfielder that can play 2 games a week, because because of the lack of running that he actually has to do, sitting in that holding role, because he's such a clever footballer, and clever footballers don't have to run. Look at Pirlo, for instance. I mean, he hardly run about at all. So that's the positive that I'm going to take before the game, is that, hopefully he's picking a team that, forget the back four, obviously, but he's picking a team that potentially could start against Burnley, potentially.
Who knows? He's saying, Mark, make your mind up. 1 minute Pogba is still trying to get match fitness, and now he's tired and needs a rest. Obviously, things evolve. I did say that about 2 weeks ago, and he does need games, but I think at the moment he's getting too many games. I think he's in danger of being burnt out at the moment. But you know what? Did he really need to play today? He played last Thursday, got them goals, didn't he, against Fenerbahce? And we were like, oh yeah, that's really good for Pogba. And then against Chelsea, he was the same as he was against Liverpool. I don't know. I wouldn't have picked him tonight. I would have played Mata, Herrera, and Carrick. That was my midfield. And I would have put a proper right midfielder out there, because picking on what Ross is saying there, it excites me to have Pogba, Mata, Herrera, and Carrick. But the downside is one of them's playing on the right midfield, and if it's Mata, this is what I don't understand. Jose came in and he did a superb first press conference, and he looked really up for it, and this is what I'm going to do. There's not going to be any square pegs in round holes. And what have we got? We've got Rashford on the left. I don't think he's a winger. You've got Mata on the right again. This is what Van Gaal did. We've got Valencia at right back. That's what Van Gaal did. We've had Fellaini at defensive midfield. That's what Van Gaal did. I don't understand when Van Gaal has been such a failure at Manchester United, while we've got a manager at the club who is duplicating that same mistake. It's really weird. There is weird going on. I don't know. I'm not party to that. I know we've got our moles and etc. But there are some weird goings on at United at the moment, and I just hope we can come through it. Somebody just saying, where's Rooney? He's injured. Is Mkhitaryan done, Mark? Says Victor Lim. I think so. I firmly think so. There's just no excuse tonight as to why he's not involved. He was part of the Matchday squad. He's not even on the bench when he's fit. There's just no reason at all. Mkhitaryan is trending on Twitter. Not surprised. I'm hoping they're going to speak to Jose, and if they do, I'll listen in for you. But I think the rumours, for those people who don't know what the rumours are, it's been floating around Twitter for a few days now, and that is that after the Man City game, when he was subbed, he was crying in the dressing room, and Jose just doesn't, and there was a bit of a fallout because he was subbed, and mentally, whether it's mentally or not, he's just mentally quite fragile, or there's been a fallout, but something's definitely happened. I mean, we had Martial missing the Liverpool game, didn't we, with a knee knock. And then he was playing a full game against Fenerbahce. But Mkhitaryan's been not quite match fit for a month, even though he's not been injured for a month. There's clearly something going on there. And it's sad, it's frustrating. I want to sort of move on from it because we've got a game to play now. They're just showing an interesting thing here, Ross, about Man City and if you press them. That's interesting because we're not a team that presses.
Well, the only time I've ever seen Man U try and press a team is when we got absolutely stuffed at Arsenal. So I wonder why we don't press. But, looking at the squad again, I don't know what your thoughts are, Mark, but I'd like to actually see. We've played with all these wingers before. He's tried Jesse Lingard on the right, moving in, and I'd probably like to see a diamond in that midfield. Because Pogba's always hung left anyway. So if you play Pogba sort of central to the left, you play Mata to the right, and you play Carrick in the holding role, or push Herrera. You could swap Herrera and Pogba around maybe. I'd like to see that, and then push the fullbacks up and sort of play a kind of five in midfield when we're attacking, and then a four at the back when we're not. That's how I'd like to see it. And Carrick just sit there all the time, because when Carrick plays, he almost plays as a centre back. To be honest, anyway, he rarely gets beyond the halfway line. So I'd like to see him line up. I don't think they will. I think he'd play Matt wide right, but he's completely wasted there. And as a defender as well, playing against Juan Mata is an absolute dream because he's so one-footed, it's a joke. So he's just going to cut inside. He's never going to run you down the wing. So you don't even have to double up on him. So you'll always have an extra man in centre-back, centre defence, because you know that you don't have to cover for Mata because you just show him on his inside foot. He's going to cut inside where all the traffic is, and he'll just switch to the left-hand side where, it's repeated. So, yeah, I'd like to see a congested midfield and no wingers, to be honest, but it's not going to happen.
No, I'm just reading a lot of comments about Mata, which is obviously quite interesting, and also Mkhitaryan. Just saddened by it, really. Really saddened, because I think he was. We needed to buy a right midfielder, and for him not to be, to end it this way. We don't know the full story. I mean, I'm not one of them people who's going to hang Jose out to dry about it, because we don't know what that full story is. But I think by not giving us the full story, and me and Ross were discussing this with the live comments, is by not discussing it, we are getting negativity about the club, and I'm not always one for hanging players out to dry, but I think in this instance, probably we do need to know. We do deserve to know. We put a lot of effort into the club, and I think we do need to know. We're 10 minutes from kickoff. I'm going to let Ross shoot off because he's been on for nearly an hour. Do you want to come on at half time, Ross?
Yeah, if you need someone, I'll pop on.
Yeah, it'd be good to get a view at half time. That'd be great. But thanks to Ross for coming on. What are you on Twitter so people can follow you? Because I know a lot of people always ask that.
At Hazza90, HAZZA90.
At HAZZA90. Okay, great. Okay, well, Skype me in at half time then, Ross, and we'll be interested to see what your thoughts are. Hopefully we'll be 4 or 5-0 up.
That's it. Have a good watch along, mate. Thanks.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers, mate.
Right, let's get Skype off. Okay, for those of you who are new to the watch along, I'm sure there's not that many of you who are. The way this will work is I watch the game, you watch the game. I've got my little timer which will go up there, and get commenting on what's going wrong, what's not going wrong. I mean, tonight for me, I always give you a couple of things that I'm going to be looking out for. Carrick in the midfield I think is massive. A good experienced defensive midfielder, awareness of space to protect that back four, which is quite weak, and also take the ball off the back four, but also get from midfield to attack quite quickly, because unlike Fellaini, who can only pass 5 yards, Carrick can play 30-40 yard passes accurately, and that's maybe useful for us if we can utilise our only one bit of pace really, which is Rashford. Luke Shaw as well, hopefully he'll have a good game, because I think a fit and playing well Luke Shaw is an asset. I do like Daley Blind, but he's going to have to go centre-back now because of Bailly. Blind's best position is a left-back, I've said that before, but we need Shaw back playing. And it is a derby, everybody, it is a derby, so let's get up for it. As I said, if you're new to the United Stand, please do drop us a like and subscribe to the channel, keep getting involved. And tonight, straight after the show, we did call Goldbridge, Skype Goldbridge it is really, on Monday night as a trial. It's going to be a firm fixture straight after the final whistle. We're going to do Skype Goldbridge, that's me, and we want, randoms, Skyping in, give us your opinion. If we've lost the game, I'm sure it's going to be very interesting, but we want people to come on and be passionate and say what they think, whether it's a great win, a ball draw, or a disastrous loss. Get on and give us your opinions. Really looking forward to that at full time. Right, we're very close to kickoff. We're 9 minutes away. I've not heard anything official about Mkhitaryan yet, and I'm amazed that Jose has not been asked about it yet. But a lot of people watching who aren't United fans, welcome them to the show. I think they enjoy the show, mainly because of you and your live comments and how we are all interactive and say it how it is. As I've always said, I never fall down the trap of rivals trying to wind us up, because when it comes to United losses like that Chelsea one at the weekend, I and many others will be at the front of the queue to be critical, because that's how it should be as a fan. If we get it wrong, we've got to take it on the chin and we've got to look at how we can improve it, so improve things. So get on with that. And very quickly, while we've got a minute here, I just want to say November the 17th, at Old Trafford, Football Blogging Awards, Best Video Fan Channel. We are in the category of Best Video Fan Channel and we are in the final. However, we are up against one or two massive channels who probably have about 1,000 more votes than us at the moment. The voting stops on Friday. I'm going to ask you for a little favour. I never ask you for anything, but I'm about to do something now that hopefully will work quite well. And I want you to go with me on this, whether you're on Twitter or whether you're on the website, just for 1 minute. Please do this, because if we can get, there's over 2,000 of you watching now. If 2,000 of you do this now, we will win that award. It's live on YouTube on November the 17th at Old Trafford, and my acceptance speech will be for all of you lot, because it is your channel. So what I'm about to do, hopefully this will work, and please follow with me. Okay, let's go to here. Right, okay. So I'm on my live stream, as are all of you at the moment. If you go down to the video description here, it says, please vote for us at this year's Football Blogging Awards. If you click this one here, if you are on Twitter, it will say I'm voting in the FBA's for United Stand as the best video blog. If you tweet that out, that is counted as a vote. So please do what I've just done there. I'm going to go back for you into that video description. Shut up, Wix. Into the video description, down to that Twitter link, click it and tweet it, please. If just 300, 400 of you do that now, we can win this award. So please do it. And also the second part, which a lot of people have been asking me about, the website bit, is you can vote twice. You can vote through on Twitter, and even if you've already voted before, you can do that again. So please vote on Twitter. But the website one, if you click that is a separate vote. So you can actually vote twice. These both will count. So you go in, you go down to the categories, and you go to Best Video Blog. You click on the United Stand, second from the bottom. You fill in your name and your email address, and you vote now. If everyone can be doing this now, it'd be fantastic. And that is counted as a second vote. So please, just while we're waiting for the game to start, we've had an hour of great Manchester United chat. Please do it. Please click on the Twitter and vote. And please click on the website and vote. Please do. It will make a massive difference. And we're up against massive channels. The reason I'm saying please and wanting us to do it is because this channel has always been about fan content. And if I don't care about the Judges Award, I want us to win the fan award, and I want us to win it because it's your award, and to show that fan content and fans' voice is getting louder and louder, and nobody does it like the United Stand, and we're only successful because of all you lot. That's the only reason it works. So please, as I said, there's your live comments that you're all watching now, down to the bottom, under please vote for us at the Football Blogging Awards. Click the Twitter link, vote there. And you can also do it through the website. Like I said, very easy. Click down to Best Video Blog, click the United Stand, put your name and your email address and vote there. And it'd be a massive help for us. So please do it. I know it's a bit of a promo, but I want to win. I want to win it, and I want to win it for you lot. I want to win it for you lot because I will be at the awards, and I want to win it for all of you lot. And that's what it's all about. Thanks, everybody. We're back now. We're back in the room, and we're back talking about United. But the only reason I said it is because we're up against some massive accounts, and I want to win. I want the United Stand to win, and most importantly, and I should have said it there, go down and vote them now. Most importantly, it's at Old Trafford. I don't want to be at Old Trafford as the United representative not winning that award. Massively against it. We're only going to do it if you vote. But the players are coming out now, so here we go. Let's get involved. You're the star of the show on this watch along. We've got Ross back at half time as a guest. At full time, we'll be inviting you all on to give your opinions. Hopefully, we'll be celebrating a win. But the game is about to start. During the game, what am I looking for from you lot? I am looking for your opinions tactically, what's working, what's not working. If you've got a little funny analogy, I have been copying and pasting a few of your live comments and tweeting them out. I love doing that. So if you've got funny things to say, do get commenting there. But it's me and thee. That's why I ask you to like the video and subscribe, because the watch along is me and you, and we do need your opinions, so get involved. Rooney must play. He's got so much potential, says positive comment. He's injured, so he can't play. But I like your positivity. Kickoff is about to start. I need to also start the timer as well. Score prediction I haven't given you. If I'm giving you a score prediction, I'm never ever going to want to go against United. So I'm going to go... It's hard. I'm going to go with United 2-1, just to give a bit of positivity. Do I believe it? I think sometimes you've just got to hope, haven't you? But I do think Michael Carrick will make a hell of a lot of difference, and I think you've got to be fair about that. I think Michael Carrick will make a huge amount of difference to our squad and the way we run a game, which we're missing against Chelsea for sure. So, and Luke Shaw, funnily enough, will be an interesting player to have playing. The timer will start up there. So how we work on a watch along is however you're watching it, if you're watching it or not, it is a live stream, so we're never going to be sync for sync seconds. So if you're watching it on your own, what does it matter for a few seconds? Just pause your footage and sync in with our timer, which I will put up as soon as the game kicks off. We're not far away from kickoff time. Let's go to there. No. Don't want to be there. We want to be here. 3-1 to City, says Jack Wilson. It'll be 2-1, but which side will win, says Shiny Knight 2. It's always a good sign when your only winger is playing at right back, says William Buckley. Glory, glory, United, says Fatan. Long and Fellaini on bench, best place for them, says Rob Davies. Lingard, I think he's on about. Coyote scored for West Ham to put them ahead. Mark, what do you think of Martial's form, says Papa Poap. I think he needs to be playing. Because I think his form's not great. What I'm disappointed about, and I don't know whether anybody else picked up on this, what I'm really disappointed about is that there's absolutely nobody. There's no mention from Jose's. Where's Martial? Where is Mkhitaryan? I don't know whether I'm the only one who's missed that, or whether he has said it. But has he said something about Mkhitaryan? Has he said anything about Anthony Martial? It's really weird. I tell you what I find weird as well, these kickoffs these days where there's just one man in the centre circle. You always used to have the two strikers together having a little chat, pass it to each other, and these days it's just one in the centre circle doing the pass back. Kickoff, timer's on. There we go, we're away. Oh, somebody, DT United absolutely sickened me to see players laughing against Chelsea. Well, hopefully, as Ross said, maybe Jose's picked players today to say, go and sort yourselves out, you owe it to the fans. But there we go. Mark, would Marco Verratti or Dyer be long-term replacement for Carrick, says Shaka Phillips. Don't know enough about Verratti. Is he a defensive midfielder? I remember looking at him in the summer and he looked more of a creative. Dyer could do it. I was impressed with him in the Euros. He's been a bit hit and miss in the season. It's a new rule, says Scarfless117. There you go. It's a new rule. It makes sense. So we are pressing. Oh, interestingly, Herrera's playing on the right midfield, which is I like that because I think Herrera's a better right midfielder than oh no, he's not. Scrub that. Mata's playing on the right midfield. Bloody Juan Mata as a right midfielder. It's just ridiculous. And it should be 1-0 to City. Cross coming in from the left, right on the 6-yard box, and Iheanacho heads it over as a diving header. It should be 1-0. It should be 1-0. Navas skips past Luke Shaw, puts the cross in. It's over Rojo, and it should be 1-0. There's no doubts about that. Just messes up the header. Puts himself in the goal. A bit like Han Solo in Star Wars. I've got a bad feeling about this. Oran's laughing at us trying to press. Well, you've got to try. Positive comments, full of great comments. He's disappointed that Fellaini's not starting, but it comes to something, doesn't it, when you're looking at that United lineup, and the most exciting change from Sunday is playing Michael Carrick. That's what I'm excited about, and Luke Shaw. Then you look at City, they're playing one of their signings from the summer, Leroy Sané. That's exciting for City. They're playing what is their reserves, so they get to see reserves that they're all positive about. We can't. Our £25 million exciting attacking player, not even on the bench. Herrera, Rashford's in here. He's offside. I think what's bothering me at the moment is I just have this growing feeling of sickness inside as to I'm just not. I was excited at the start of the season, and now it's a bit like it's not like Van Gaal. Jose is not Van Gaal. I'm not saying that, but every time the team comes out, and this never used to be the case, but the last 3 years it has. It's like the team selection sort of dictates the game, and before it's even kicked off, because you look at it and you're like, oh god, and I'm a little bit like that today. Spurs fan there wants United to win 3-1. I'd love to just win. Any win would be good. But as I was saying, for those who've joined us now, Matt MCG, people will never learn, will they? Unless if you are new to the United Stand, subscribe and get involved. We are live straight after the game as well, and you can Skype in and give us your thoughts on the game on Call Goldbridge. But yeah, if you're new, we do loads of live comments up on there, loads of live content. But if you are new to the channel, we this is a live stream watch along. We can't show you the game. We're the biggest independent United fan channel. It's all about your opinion, and we started this because people said, can you not do live shows when there's games on so that we can all chat and talk about it together? So that's why we do it. We can't show you live footage of a football match on YouTube because we get shut down, and we're not about to do that. So if you're looking for the live match, you're not going to see that. What you will, if you want to sync in with us and have your match on and have the commentary as this, that's what a lot of people do. But we will keep you updated with what's going on as well. Hello guys, I'm a pranker, says Boris. Better than starting with W and taking the PR away. United looking fragile, says Romeo KGT. Blind out, says Manchester United fans. Sharek's face feels hard. City are going to win, says it's actually Charlie. Manchester is red, says Akdan, I hope so. Louise O'Donoghue, regular, loves the content, which is great. Ibra should leave that position for Rashford. Yeah, we have got a lot of square pegs in round holes again, which apparently Jose was never going to do. But you look at this team again today. You've got Blind as a right-sided centre-back. You've got Rojo at centre-back. He's out of position in Manchester, like I say. You've got Herrera in position, Pogba, and the midfield's in position apart from Mata and Rashford as a right and left winger, never. And then obviously the continued use of a winger at right back. Pablo is 30 to 45 seconds behind. United should be pressing this early time, says Kings ZZ4. I mean, very, very good point. Very, very good point. But we all know United can't press. So if you don't press City, you don't get many opportunities. I mean, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will come good, especially Pogba. But Zlatan and Pogba just look so lethargic and unable to press at all. Martial's out because he's got an inflamed foot, says Mark. Well, that explains that. Is there any explanation? Did anyone? I mean, we've been live for an hour and we've not seen anything about Mkhitaryan. Is there any news on him? Anybody catch anything about him? We've had a message here, which is a good one from United Branch. He says, Mark, I just want to pick up on one thing. This Henrik Mkhitaryan situation, honestly, his attitude must condone the fact why he isn't anywhere near the starting lineup. I think Jose's arrogance always goes against him. Look at De Bruyne situation, one of the best players in Europe and even worldwide, and he let him go. Well, the truth is, we don't know. We don't know what the truth is, do we? We don't know whether he's got a bad attitude and Jose's sort of forced not to use him, or it's down to the manager. Henrik Mkhitaryan not even on the bench for Manchester United tonight. His form for Dortmund last season, 51 goals, 51 games, 23 assists and 20 assists and 23 goals. But not involved. And my guess would be probably be somewhere like PSG very, very soon. Lots of people just confused by Mkhitaryan, but there's no word on why he's not playing. Thing is, he didn't use him from the start of the season, did he? He wasn't using him at the start of the season. We started against Bournemouth. He wasn't injured then. He didn't pick him. He only got used in the third game against Hull. Southampton didn't use him. So he put him on the back foot straight away. And we should always remember Cuadrado, Willian at Chelsea. Jose Mourinho spent a lot of money on these players and basically bought them so others couldn't buy them. And he's done that a few times. I remember there was a Spanish fullback he bought from Atletico Madrid and spent a lot of money on him and rarely used him. So unfortunately, it's another trait of Jose. Unfortunately, he signs players and they don't always end up being part of the team. Very frustrating. Carrick fan, don't worry about people posting fake scorelines. Remember, I'm watching it live, so you'll get it. You'll get it first from me. Stop. If people start spamming, Mad Marcus is the moderator. He will delete and block them, so don't worry about that. There's plenty of you watching. Let's do a 3, 2, 1. Like the video, please. And let's see if we can go from 550 to 1,000 in the space of 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's hit a like. Remember, this is your show, so without you liking, you're liking yourself. I'm sure plenty of us have done that. This is Latan. Come on, United, says Junior. Mickey is good, just needs the right formation to deliver. He needs to start. Dal Horno, says Tyler. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. Dal Horno came into my mind. It wasn't him. It's not Louise. I can't think of who it was. Prizes for whoever I can. Romario from Jamaica wants a shout out. Zlatan to score needs balls passed to him, says Tanaso. I think he does need more, but he has still missed a few chances. This is looking like a disaster already, says Lucas. I hope not. I just think square pegs in round holes is the problem, as per usual. What worries me the most, and what really does worry me the most, I've got to be honest about this, is how we just look as players, and I don't know whether anyone else agrees with it, we just look like we are, I'm trying to think of the word, not beaten, because you're never beaten, but the players just look lost. And with a new manager in, I know we won our first 3 games, but you shouldn't feel like that. You shouldn't be like that. And I don't know. We know there are leaks from the dressing room, and that does sadden me. Obviously, that saddens me. But I just look at City, and they've not won a game in 5 games, or is it 6 now? And they are at Old Trafford, passing us around the park, and we're not pressing them. Herrera's trying to push forward there, but we're not pressing them. We're letting them have the ball. It's defensive. It's defensive. You know, Southampton didn't let them do that, and they pretty much bossed the first half. We only went from 550 to 749 likes, so let's get to 1,000 likes. If you love United, like the video. There we go. I'm sure that'll work. Let me just check something else. I mean, I could set you a really hard task, but I know we probably couldn't have achieved it. So we've got 48,840 subscribers. Can we get 50,000 subscribers on a live stream? If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do, and let's see if we can do it live on air. That would be amazing for the very first. And whatever you do, make sure at full time you tune in to. I don't know what to call the show. It's called the United Stand, really, but this box on my left that says United Stand, you can be in that box at full time, giving us your thoughts on the game. And what we want is passion. We want you to come on and give it what you've got. Say what you think, and we will be doing that. Be about 10 o'clock, won't it? So get involved with that as well. United Stand is ever evolving. Some of you have sent us some really good ideas about things you'd like to see on the channel. It is your channel. Get involved in it and have your say. It's a bad tackle that on Daley Blind. The last thing we want is more injuries, and he's holding his knee. It's Iheanacho who's done it. I mean, he's not going to be any loss to City, but if we lose Daley Blind, it's going to be a booking for Iheanacho. Blind reading the play typically well, as per usual, gets in there. And to be honest, Iheanacho, well, luckily, it's not his he slips. It's not his legs that hit him, it's the body that hits Blind. So that's quite lucky. And in fairness, he does slip. Yellow card, but he's just a bit unlucky. Muller 91, not happy with Zlatan. He's a useless old man. West Ham's 1-0 up, says Centurion. They're playing Chelsea. Show us the match, says somebody with a funny name. We can't do that. Redan says Rooney not playing is a disaster. You could flip it round the other way and say it's a blessing, but we've all got our opinions. Players sliding around. It looks like a slippy surface. Yes. Why is Rooney not playing? Says Freestyle Luke, because he's injured. Chelsea, he's had a calf strain obviously against Chelsea. He's not fit. I bet he'll play. Definitely maybe, says Tyler. Good album. I bet he'll be back on Saturday and straight in the team. Rashford's not going to get there ahead of... Oh, he is. It's company with the error, but he recovers. I think Pogba's form is concerning, isn't it? You know what? I refuse to... I'm going to give Pogba at least another 4 months before I make my mind up about... 4 months. At least another 4 weeks before I make my mind up about him, because I think Jose's hit the nail on the head. He's come from a very slow league in Juventus, and international football's slow as well, and it takes time to get used to the Premier League. But he's got a lethargic, languid style anyway. But he is a player of quality, and we need to see more quality from him. Good play by Herrera, and fouled by Iheanacho again, who's on a yellow card. Mike Dean's a rubbish ref though. Will Mansell, what's the next live stream? We'll finish this at full time, and then we'll start a new stream, which is called Goldbridge, where you can call in and be on the Skype and give us your thoughts. It's going to be all about you. All I want you to do is come on, tell me what you think, maybe ask a question, then we'll get the next one in. So it's going to be great. Rob Davies, how are you 30 seconds behind Mark? Because unfortunately on YouTube it is you can't do sync for sync. That's why we have a timer, so you can sync in with us, pause your footage, etc. I'm watching it live, but unfortunately there's always a delay with YouTube. SAF 2008 says, what are you talking about, 4 weeks? He needs 6 months. Maybe he will. See Carrick there, that's a lovely little ball into Zlatan. Pogba's trying to get beyond Zlatan. See, Pogba is fast. He just isn't showing that. That's wasteful by Herrera. City on the break. Navas. They've got a player on the wide. Mata gets there. I just think Mata as a right midfielder is ridiculous. I don't know what other people think. Free Mickey, says Free Mickey. Pogba needs a book up the hole, says Stephen Lee. Lightning Raptor makes a good point. I like Rashford, but he needs to improve his decision making. I think over the last few games, Rashford's regressed, which is going to happen with a young player. I'm not being critical of him, and I don't think anybody should. He's been absolutely sensational since he burst on the scene at the start of the year. But over the last few games, his final ball has been poor, and his head started to drop. I personally think Rashford could probably do with a little spell on the bench, just to sort of take him out the firing line, give him a little thinking time. But we've got so many underperforming players that he has to start because he's one of our better players. And just talking about Zlatan there, Anton Elson saying, how are you blaming Zlatan? I was just about to defend him actually and say, you know, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, I saw it in the Euros with Sweden. They were very much a one-man team, and he was feeding off scraps because they weren't creating anything, and they're not getting into the final third very often. Well, flip that round. United are very similar. He's feeding off scraps with United to a lesser extent. He has missed some good chances, but we don't spend a lot of time in the final third. And Zlatan's not a player who is going to cause anybody much of a threat in the middle section of a football pitch. It needs to be in the final third. You need to be getting down the flanks and putting crosses in, which we were sort of doing in the first 3 games of the season, and we've regressed again and we're not doing it. We need to be putting balls in the box. That's his threat. That's where he causes damage. He's not a presser. He's not somebody who's going to thrive with the ball coming into him at feet on the halfway line. Mr. Flutini's here. He's let us know. Come on United, says Alfie Quick. Hi Mark, Flutini says. Hello. That team has no spirit. It's jaded and lots of talents being wasted, says Courtney Green. Awful pass by Zlatan, says Nakalated Cooley. It was. Pogba just needs time, says Romario Rodney. Hi Mark, Mr. Flutini again. United, come on, says Dante Gerrard. Jose parking the bus at Old Trafford. This is getting silly, says Joe Buddha. I mean, the way to beat City is to press. You can't park the bus at Old Trafford. Everyone knows the way to beat City is to press. But we aren't pressing at the moment. This guy, Philip Luis. Philip Luis, United branch. Yes, Philip Luis. See, I was saying David Luis. It is him, and he sent me a picture as well. Perfect. And thank you to the United branch, who I'm going to give a big shout out now because he's quite a new account on Twitter, at the United branch. He even sent me a picture as well. So if you are on Twitter, give him a follow. That's a brilliant answer. And I'm happy that I was right because I said Luis. But I wasn't thinking David Luis, but Luis was coming into my head. Philippe Luis. Bought him for about 20 million, maybe even a little bit more. Never used him and sold him. And he's done that with a few people. Hey Mark, says Patrick Shields. United, are you lazy, says Anthony Abderab. Well, it's statistically proven that we're quite lazy as well. I think we've run less than anybody. And I must just say, as Valencia makes a header there, I'm not critical of players because, Valencia, he's all effort, but he's just not a right back. That's my criticism of him. It's not his fault he gets picked there. I'd like to see Valencia as a right midfielder because if you're going to play Mata there, why not just play Darmian and Valencia? You get the defensive side that Valencia can give, obviously, because he gets played at right back, but he's got the energy to get up and down and the pace. Why don't we play him at right midfield? I do not know. Connor and Lewis, where is Mkhitaryan? I have got no idea. We were really positive at lunchtime. We'd heard that he was part of the Matchday squad. We thought he was going to be playing. Team news comes out. He's not even on the bench. And as far as I know, nothing has been said by the club or Mourinho as to explain why, even though it's trending all over Twitter. Massive disappointment. And to be honest, it looks like he's leaving. There are rumours that he's going to be leaving. You don't want to believe it because we've only just signed him. But there's no smoke without fire. And I'm sure there's probably something in it, sadly. Here's Pogba with the ball in the final third. Gives it out to Rashford, who instantly gets 3 players around him because he's our quickest player. But there's a bit of movement, a bit of space here for Mata. Fouled, free kick from distance. Otamendi. It's a decent distance. I bet Zlatan will get his head round it, but I'll probably let Mata take it, really. At least he doesn't blast it over the bar. So, free kick from a decent distance. Let's see if we can do anything with it. Zlatan over it. I don't disagree. I don't agree with that, but I don't know what you lot think. Zlatan hits it into the wall and it should be a corner. It is. So corner will come in. Sometimes when you've had a 4-0 loss, you're not going to come out the next game and play scintillating football. But if we could just get a scrappy goal and get a clean sheet, I think that would be a great thing for us to build on confidence-wise. Because actually, when you look at this 11, a lot of the players in this 11, you do want them to be playing for United. I think a couple of tweaks here and there. But we want to see Carrick playing. We want to see Herrera playing. We want Pogba to do well. We want Luke Shaw to play. We want Zlatan to start scoring goals. We want Mata to play. Probably don't want him to play at right midfield. Probably don't want Rashford to be playing on the left midfield. But if we could, obviously we want United to win. I'd love us to just get some result tonight because I don't want the clamber for Laney to come back or for Rooney to come back in. It's not what we want to see. And I think if we want to step forward, these are the sort of players we want to play. And I look at Jose Mourinho there, and I can't help but feel compassionate towards him. I like him. I want him to do well. Ashan says, when I die, I want Pogba to lower my coffin into the grave so that he can let me down one last time. I'm going to tweet that one because it just made me laugh at a funny time. I'm going to tweet that. See, I'll tell you, I'll keep you updated with how many live comments, with how many retweets it gets. But it put a smile on my face, and you've got to smile. You've got to smile. Ganja man always blaming Rooney. I'm not blaming Rooney. I'm a realist when it comes to Rooney. I wanted it to work out for him, but it's been 2.5 years of poor performances. So why do people think that bringing him back into the team is going to solve any problems when he's not solved any problems for 2.5 years? And actually, since he's been dropped, he's come on 3 or 4 times, including England, and not done anything of note. So I think people relying on Rooney, and Valencia has just been booked. It was quite late. If Rooney's your big hope, I think you're in for a bit of a surprise, not a surprise, a disappointment, because it just won't. Parquet says, who do you support, Mark? Well, a little bit of a hint. Where's Harambe, says William Jardine. I don't know what this Haram thing is, Harambe or whatever it is, so it's lost on me. Man United should get Griezmann, says Man United fan 269. I think we are going to have to get rid of some players and sign some others, but and that is a fact. But it does I was saying before on the hour we were live before the game started that we've bought so badly in the last 3 years that's the problem with United as well. I think we've got some players who've been here for 3 years, senior players who've declined, but we've also bought so many bad signings that the squad's full of it. And it's a massive job to get rid of it. You know, I'm talking Rojo, I'm talking Schneidlin, Memphis. These are players that I just can't see turning it around. Whether they're decent at other clubs or not, I just can't see them turning it around. I mean, Herrera looks like he's run a marathon already. He's all heart again, but Man United need to get some team spirit, says Andrew Thompson. I agree with that. That's why I think tonight, if we could just scrape a result, even if it's like, a lucky goal and keep a clean sheet, I think that would be massively positive for us. I'm not expecting miracles tonight. We're coming off an absolute drubbing at the weekend. We're only 3 days away from that. It is a Manchester derby. Guardiola's certainly got his squad playing system. It needs tweaking in relation to the mistakes they're making, but the way they're playing, everybody knows what their job is. We're far from that. So I think we just need to start building a bit of confidence. Confidence always brings better play. I mean, Jesus Navas there, he gets the ball, heads it 10 yards in front of him. He shouldn't be able to do that. You've got to get a lot tighter than that, Luke Shaw. We're a bit hamstrung though with Rojo in the centre back, aren't we? James is unhappy with Mourinho living in... thoughts on Mourinho being unhappy living in Manchester. Yeah, it's negative things that you don't really want so early into his reign. I mean, he's never looked happy, although it's obviously his dream job. But I think he needs to relax and just sort his family situation out and relax into the job. I mean, I think it's... Personally, as a United fan, I'm fully aware of the enormity of the job. There's a massive amount of Deadwood in the squad. We've not done anything for 3 years. It's going to take time, and he needs to be given that time. I think the issue is the press are expecting some sort of instant miracle, and I think some fans may be falling into that as well. And it is unfair, but I think he needs to relax into the job. He's got my support. That's not enough. He needs everyone's support. But I think the fans do support him. I think he just needs to relax into it and enjoy it more. And most of all, confidence. Have some confidence that you can do what you want to do. Get aggressive on the touchline. Tell players off. You'll get the backing of the fans 100%. 100%. Pogba and Zlatan will silence haters, and Jose will win everything, says Sandeep. Robbie X thinks it'll be 2-1. Mark, that's just the media making everything bigger than it actually is, says John Cowling. Yeah, I'd agree with that. There's a comment there, if I can get back on it, that I quite liked. Jamie O'Hare, Rashford constantly misjudges his first touch, and he has to improve in this area. It's a very good point. I was saying that a few minutes ago. He wasn't like that. He wasn't like that, and it's crept into his game for some reason. And I don't know whether that's lack of confidence or what. But as a young player, you have peaks and troughs, and you have to get through the troughs quick, because the troughs can become, the consistency needs to be on the peaks, and you never know with a young player. It's a corner. Yes. I was giving a goal kick. Mike Dean for you, twat. Jose should be grateful and cheer the hell up, says Gungshi. Yeah. And Troll says we need to stop going for superstars and get players fitting the system. Marquisio is the perfect midfield partner for Pogba. Yeah, I think you're always a sum of your parts, not individuals, and that's problems that we've had. Banana in the tail type. Man United like a flaccid penis. No penetration. I'm going to tweet that as well. And I'll quote you as well. It's unfair just to take it as our own, so I'll quote you. What are your thoughts so far then, everybody? And the bench is... Don't think about the bench, because there's nothing on it that's going to make any difference. I mean, you've got Memphis, who's had more chances than anybody. Schneidlin, who's defensive. Ashley Young, who's passed it. And Fellaini. Darmian. It's not a very good bench. Lingard. I mean, Lingard, I suppose. He's okay. But we could have had Mkhitaryan. What the hell is going on there? The DJ Gamer says he thinks Manchester United are playing well. Well, with 32 minutes in already, it has flown by, hasn't it, with the excitement. I mean, let's be fair. It is a derby at the end of the day, and it isn't at the end of the day, isn't it? It is night time. But so teams are going to cancel each other out. I mean, Mata always does a decent job on right midfield, and he does move in and out as well. But he's so left-footed, like Ross was saying, and he's a number 10. That's a poor pass by Mata. Somebody mentioned that Mkhitaryan's got a thigh strain. Well, how convenient. How convenient. I'll check, because if there's one place you're always going to get it, it would be on Twitter. Mkhitaryan thigh. No, that's October the 5th. There's nothing latest about it. No, there's nothing recent. Nothing recent about any injury on Twitter, and if there was, that would be the place to look. Spikey says, who's going to win the Premier League this year? You know what? I've got a horrible feeling at the moment that Liverpool are a very good bet. And I always said, whoever's in charge of Manchester United when Liverpool win the league needs sacking. And I don't want Jose to be sacked. And I think he's got a very, very difficult job. And it's not his fault if somebody else, if Liverpool suddenly click into gear and win it. But I don't think we're going to be good enough to stop them this season, unfortunately. So who would you pick as wanting to win the title? Because I can't stand anybody else. At least last year, Leicester winning it was a fairy tale, and it wasn't one of our major rivals. I don't want City to win it because they've got Pep. Liverpool, under no circumstances, would be my number one, not wanting them to win it. I don't want Arsenal to win it because their fans are horrible. Chelsea, much the same. I'd probably want Spurs at the lesser of all those evils, to be honest. But I think the Spurs won't win it because they're bottlers. Happy Ricks, Zlatan looks uninterested. Not very good, is it? Jay Bradford, Zlatan is the new Falcao. Matthew Garrett, do you think we'll win? I don't know, it's hard to say. It's probably going to be Mata into Herrera, to Mata, to Valencia. Come on, there's space there for Zlatan. See, why is Zlatan not getting himself in the box there? Oh, it's a good ball to Shaw. Lays it off, Pogba. Zlatan, way over the bar. Corner though. Thought he whacked it over the bar, but it was actually laid off to him on the edge of the box. And I don't think he was showing enough conviction. It'd be interesting to watch this back, actually. Shaw on the overlap, which is what he offers with his pace. Zlatan hits it. I don't think it ever had the power to be going anywhere near the goal anyway. Oh, well, it was going to go near the goal, but I don't think it was going to trouble the keeper. But it's deflected out. City. And nothing comes of the corner, which is unfortunately what happens with most Manchester United corners. Mata's won it back. Rojo to Herrera. To Carrick. Well done. No. And now it's City on the break with Navas down the left. Runs at Luke Shaw again. Again manages to get that cross in. That's you know, as much as Luke Shaw's doing well going forward, that's 2 occasions now where Navas has just beaten him to put the cross in. Was Mickey worth the money, says James Neal. I think 100%. I think he was a steal at 25 million when you look at what he was doing. That's a lovely ball by Zlatan. Rashford's in. He's going to go all the way. Oh, good block. Good block. But Mattis picked it up on the edge of the box. City have got a lot of players back. Pogba on the edge of the box. What's he doing? Zlatan, corner. It was a good chance for Rashford. He's sort of running at the defender. The defender slips, and if he anticipates that slip, he's in. But it's a good ball by Zlatan, using that pace. Better from United, more exciting. See you, Ganja man. Shootout, please, says Ethan Hudson. I think he meant shout out. He's had it. 72% possession. It means nothing. We all know that. Man United are just trying to create a team that they once had, says Ash Wilding. Mr. Bad Gaming, says the United stand. United playing better than City at the moment, says Sandeep. I'd agree. I would agree with that. Mark, what are your transfer targets for January? Socrates, Matuidi, Miranda, Manalas, Coleman. I wouldn't buy 2 centre-backs, but I'd be well happy with either Miranda and Manalas as a centre-back. I'd love Luke Shaw. And what was the other one? Matuidi would be brilliant in our midfield. That's exactly what we need in a defensive midfielder. Somebody who can just go and chase the ball down. He'd be brilliant. Really good. 994 likes we've got. Who's going to be the lucky 6 to get us over 1,000? There's Pogba's cross there. Caballero just getting there. Well, Zlatan didn't even commit, but better. We are better. We're doing better. That's all you can ask for. Bloody hell. We've got 49,117 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, the subscribe button's in the bottom right hand corner. It's a hologram. If we can hit 50,000 subscribers whilst we're live on air, that would be absolutely brilliant. We'll have to give a prize out, I think, if we do. I don't know what's going on with my... Oh, we've gone over 1,000 likes, so I applaud you all. Well done, because you're massively part of the show. Decent tackle from Rojo there. Nacho was in there, just about to pull the trigger, and Rojo made a good slide tackle. I'm not a massive Rojo fan at all. I think he's a very poor defender, but when needs must. When needs must. I presume Smalling's been dropped. And yeah, Navas is skinning Shaw like a banana every time down that left-hand side. It's worrying. I mean, I'm a massive Shaw fan, but he needs to sort himself out defensively. Corner for City. Well up by Pogba. I mean, there should never be any reason to pick Fellaini for height when we actually have got a lot of height in our side. Loads of you liking the video. All I can say is well done. We can't do these shows without you. We used to have a permanent guest actually with me, but I just think that takes away from the live comments, which is, you know, what it's all about. Alex O'Donnell's not happy with Mike Dean, saying that he's ruining the flow of the game. What a boring half, says Sean Reeves. We are 5 minutes away from half time. It's flown by. Claudio says United better win today. It's getting tiresome watching team play every week. Shaka Phillips says, in my opinion, Shaman Coleman is a United quality. I'd just love it to be able to free Valencia, because at least we could use him further forward. Jamie O'Hare, Zlatan is constantly behind the attack. Well, I did say in my preview, and a lot of you said it as well, I think we need some pace in that number 9 position. It's so obvious that we're not able to hit a ball over the top and cause people any issues for pace. And as a defender, I mean, I used to play defender myself in my very younger days, and the one thing that I used to fear was pace. I hated it. Well, with Zlatan, he's a very physical player, but it doesn't matter how physical he is. If he's not in your box, he can't really do any problems for you. So, and you've always got that security blanket. That you're not going to get done over the top for pace. So good tackle by Pogba, but we lose the possession anyway. Playing choppily, need to be more fluid, says Gita the Red Horse. And I never expected that tonight, to be honest. I never expected us to be fluid or play really well tonight, because I think after a 4-0 defeat, the main thing is to try and not concede, and you build from that. But I'd be over the moon. Oh, Zlatan, that's the last thing you want to do, slip on your arse, give the ball away. But City on the attack again here. Navas up against Shaw. Shaw's got to stand him up, show him inside. Cross comes in. Mata's well up there. Fortunately, Clichy. And he's up well at the end. Good play by Mata here. And he's trying to find Rashford, which he has. It's a good tackle, to be fair. But yeah, I think we might need to work, this game, like I say, if we can get a clean sheet and a goal and win 1-0, I think that would be some real confidence to build on. Confidence is what's up for grabs tonight. I'm not really bothered about the League Cup, but confidence is up for grabs, and beating City. And again, Navas gets past Shaw and puts a cross in. It's every time. I don't know whether anyone else is picking up on this, but it's every time. Really, 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 really frustrating to see. They've got a real outlet there. It's a shame, because I really like Luke Shaw, but maybe that criticism from Jose is what's causing him a problem. Maybe not. Very close to half time. Be interested to see what people are thinking. I've got Ross coming back on at half time as well, so give us your thoughts. Sane, best player on the pitch, says Schalke fan 1999. I wonder why. Didn't he used to play for Schalke? I'm not really interested in City players, if I'm honest. I think Herrera's been all heart, even though he's wasted the ball, but that's what you get with Herrera a bit. I think even Carrick's found it difficult to get hold of the game. Valencia's been all heart, obviously. Mata as well. But it's not performances that you want to write home about. You know, all heart is not good enough for United, and I keep saying this. I think people get lost in the fact that, they're trying hard. You know, we never used to win titles on trying hard. We used to win titles on playing well. Roy Keane and Paul Scholes and Ryan Giggs and David Beckham, they all tried as hard as anybody, but they had ability with it, and that's what we are missing at the moment. And look at what they've got on the bench. Bloody Aguero. What have we got? Memphis. Fellaini. It's not exciting, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say anybody's playing horrific, but it's a typical sort of performance from United, unfortunately, where is that half time? It's a typical sort of performance after a loss, where everything's, you are purposely keeping everything tight at the back, but there's people aren't playing freely and they're playing nervously because they're probably not wanting to get dropped from other games. But that should probably be half time. I think Mike Dean will probably blow up. I don't listen to the audio of the ground. I'm sure we won't get any booing or anything like that because it would be bloody ridiculous if we did. But it is half time. I don't really have a massive problem with us, playing slightly defensive. We've just been beaten 4-0, let's not forget. But I've got no problem with that. If it's small steps and we're building in the right direction. I'd have a problem if we were still playing like this in a year's time. I just want Jose to smile. I just want him to smile and be happy again. Bars says we miss Anderson. Yeah, we do. Come on City, says Josh Dingwell. We do get fans from other clubs. There's no problem with that. Over 1,200 likes on the video. Thanks for everybody who has done that. That's brilliant. There's no booing, says Hamden YT. Wouldn't expect that. Alpha Q says Rojo has been amazing. Why don't play game, mother? Struggling against City subs. Who's the best for Man United, says Lewis Reed. Well, I think Valencia's played well. I think Herrera's played well. Let's get Ross on. But I don't think it's been a half of much to write home about, really. Ross, can you hear me?
Hey, Mark. Yeah, I'm here. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad. What do you think on the half?
Positive half. Positive. We have set up slightly defensive, but I can kind of understand why. And you know what? There's been a couple of good performances out there by individuals, so yeah, I'm positive on that.
And in relation to positive performances, who are you singling out specifically?
Yeah. Do you know what? The amount of stick that we all give him, I think Marcus Rojo has actually been okay this half. He hasn't done anything too great, but he hasn't done anything wrong. So, he deserves a little bit of praise for not being absolutely horrendous. I think, Luke Shaw's getting a lot of stick, but he's got a tough job out there. He's literally alone with Navas because Rashford is pushing forward, which is what we all want to see. So it is Luke Shaw one-on-one with Navas. And to be honest, he's showing him wide every time. And I know Navas is getting the crosses in, but he is quick. So I think Luke Shaw's playing well. And there just seems to be more of an energy to United's side with the closing down, with the tackles. It's definitely like Mourinho's given them a bit of a bollocking and told them to go out there and actually, play for Man United. Don't just swan about like you're earning 250 grand. So I'm quite pleased with that half, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I did say it sort of midway through the half that, you know what, obviously I want United to win because that's what we want to happen. But I want us to win because actually when I look at that team, although there's probably one or two players I'd like to bring into it, still dream that Mkhitaryan might find his way in, Martial into the team. Most of them individuals are actually what I would want to be in our team, whether it's Herrera, Carrick, Pogba. I mean, the defence, the centre-backs is obviously a bit weird, but Luke Shaw is the left-back I would like. We're going to have to play Blind with no Bailey anyway. Hopefully Smalling would come back to give a bit of balance. Valencia, let's be honest, is going to be our right-back until at least Christmas, until January. A fit and firing Zlatan, I think, is better than Rooney, so... I'd like us to click into some form, but I think it's unfair to expect that tonight because we have just been beaten 4-0. And when in history do teams really get spanked like that and then come out the next game, play fast, free-flowing football and win 3 or 4-0? I think I don't know what you're thinking, but I'd be really happy with a clean sheet tonight and nick a goal. And I think that would be, what we can win tonight is confidence.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't see who said it, but I just saw a comment about Carrick's performance as well, which I forgot to mention.
Yeah, you think it's been good? I must be honest, I've been interacting with the live comments, which is always difficult to watch the game as well. I mean, the standout players, just quickly for me, I think Valencia has done well. I think Herrera has given the ball away a lot, but he looks like he's running a marathon. I think Matters works really hard, even though he's not a right midfielder. But Carrick, he certainly didn't have a bad game, but I didn't really get a good chance to monitor him like I normally do. I
just think, like we've been saying a lot, that the team looks a lot more balanced with him in the team. And there was a big moment for me when, quite early on in the game, where it looked like he nearly gave a penalty away. And the fact that he was just in that position is something that we've really missed. I mean, how often have we seen, I love the guy Herrera, but when he plays defensive midfielder, how often do we see him doing last-ditch challenges in the area? And it's the same with Fellaini. And the fact that Carrick just went with his man the whole way is just a big boost for them centre-backs, knowing that they've got a midfielder that's going to commit like that. And, he always looks for the forward pass, and he hasn't had the greatest half. He hasn't created a huge amount of chances, but I just think the balance that he brings, he's without a doubt our best central defensive midfielder, still at the age of 34. So I think he's had a good half, personally. I think Ibrahimovic has had a good half as well. I know he hasn't had many chances. He put a couple of stray passes early on, but he's winning aerial battles, which is what we need him to do. And that pass that he put through to Rashford was absolutely brilliant. I think Rashford should have done better, personally.
Yeah, I think he probably couldn't believe his luck the way the City player sort of slipped in front of him. But I'll be more than happy if we can just nick it. Yeah. I mean, Reece Connolly, I presume he's not a United fan. He says your best team is struggling against City substitutes. Rivals love to come in and try and wind us up. I'm quite happy to admit that's the truth. But what do you expect? We've not been a title contender for 3 years. We got battered at the weekend 4-0. We took it on the chin, and we are a work in progress. And we're on the floor really. We're trying to get up. We're trying slowly to get up. So you know what? I don't think we're being struggling. I think we're giving a good account of ourselves. It's not City's best team, but you know what? This is Manchester United. This is where we are. So it doesn't wind me up to say that, and I'd sort of agree with it in a way. But I've always said it's a journey, Ross, and I am very realistic about that journey. Although I am disappointed by some aspects of it.
Yeah, I mean, nail on the head. If we can nick a win here, it might boost a bit of confidence. When obviously when I saw the lineup and when Iheanacho had that chance very early on, I thought, here we go, we're in for an absolute mauling here. And the team have responded really well. Like I say, there seems to be an extra oomph in them. Even Pogba's put, he's had a few touches and that's gone here and there, but there was another moment when they were breaking and it was 4-on-3 and Pogba absolutely sprinted back to get back. Didn't make any challenge or anything, but just to get back there, I thought it was another big moment because I haven't seen that from him this season. He seems to go forward quick, but he seems to be a bit lackadaisical and getting back. So they seem to have a bit of a kick up their arse from Mourinho, and I'm pleased with that half. Thinking, my prediction was that we were going to lose 3-0, so going in at 0-0 at half time, I think it's a good thing. And I think we look the better team. I know we're at home to City and they are playing a few kids, but what does it matter? From the result that we had against Chelsea, we were there for the taking today. And I keep saying it, we're playing 3 left backs and a midfielder in defence. So we're there for the taking today, but a lot of players have stepped up. So yeah, I'm happy with the performance and I'm positive going into the second half. I wouldn't make a change. The only change I probably would make, in all honesty, is take Carrick off after about 60 minutes because I want to play him on the weekend. So I'd make that change, because if he plays 90 minutes, he's not playing on the weekend. So that's the only change I'd really look to make. It would be good to maybe see Memphis come on for Mata maybe, but we'll see. I'm happy with how it is at the minute. And yeah, positive half.
I think a lot of people would like to see Schneiderlin come on for Carrick, and I think, you know what, why not? But we do need to start looking towards the weekend because the 3 points is far more important than tonight. I do need to sort the timer out as well. Thank you for everyone's reminding me about that. I mean, that was one thing I was going to say. The bench isn't. Look at what City have got on the bench, Mr. Aguero, and I think as attacking wise, we've got Memphis, as you mentioned. We've got Lingard, Young, and a Fellaini to push. But I don't think Fellaini's going to do much in this game because we're not getting into the final third. Yeah. I mean, Memphis is probably the best of a pretty uninspiring bunch, which is why I was so disappointing that Mkhitaryan wasn't involved. But this game looks good. Sorry, I'm just looking at a video. Don't know what it is.
Sky Sports.
Yeah. Xbox got Battlefield 1. I don't think it's on the PS4. Still glad Smalling's not in the team after dreadful performances, Aaron. I'm quite concerned about that, to be honest. I think that Rojo might have done okay in this game, but he's still not a very good player, and he can't play two. Well, I suppose you can. We play two right-sided midfield, right-footed defenders when we had Rojo and Rio and Vidic. So why not? Why can't you do it? But I'd be very worried, very, very worried if we were going to go Rojo permanently at centre back. But this is the problem when Bailly gets injured. Marshall is not that good, says Golden Elite TV. It's better than what we've got, mate. Definitely. And don't forget, he was our outfield player of the season last year. I think people have short-term memories on many things. Even I fell into the trap of thinking we could win the title this year. And I think you forget the journey we've got to come back from, Ross. I mean, we've not been near it. We've not even been near a title since 2012.
Exactly. And at the minute, there's, like I said, players are out there fighting for their Manchester United careers. So that's when this is not our best team, and we're down at the minute. So even if it's 0-0 whatever, and we lose on penalties, it's a result for us. We just can't get spanked by City's second team. It just can't happen. So I just want us to I want to see a few changes. I want to see a little bit more attacking intent as well. Like I say, it is good to see Rashford. He's not playing as a left wing back this game, which is something at least. And Mata's pushing up and pushing infield. It's just that you saw it was a classic moment where Mata had the ball in the centre of the park and he looked out to the right and there was no one there because he's the one that's supposed to be there. And that's the only problem when we have Juan Mata is it all has to go down the left, and it's a big ask that for an 18-year-old Marcus Rashford to take the weight of all of United's attack. So it would be good to see a right winger on now. I'm not saying take Mata off. I mean, just put Mata in the centre of midfield or play him as a centre attacking midfielder. He's not a right winger, which falls into the argument of we all want to see Mkhitaryan out there because we don't have a right winger. But Mata plays really well, and it's a real shame for him because I don't think he's good enough to be a number 10, but he's definitely not good enough to be a right winger. So it's tough for the guy, but. Like I say, I'm happy, positive on the half, and we are a team that's down at the minute. So, a good half like that is only going to that dressing room now. Look, what Mourinho's got will be a lot more confident than what it probably was before the game, knowing that they've gone in at 0-0. They've had some good chances. We probably should have gone in 1-0 up if Rashford had actually shot before looking to pass to Mata. So it'd be a positive. There'd be a positive feeling in there. Mourinho would be geeing them up, and I hope that we can go out there and just take them by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, I agree. Just to let you know as well, Schweinsteiger tweeted out before the game, Manchester Derby tonight, looking forward to the game, good luck guys. As I said before, over 1,000 people retweeted our tweet from lunchtime saying they would like him involved. That's stubborn Jose for you. Never going to happen, but it's a shame what's going on. We're losing players for God knows what, for stubbornness. I don't know. It is a shame, but that is life.
I think I commented on it in the group chat that I don't think we'd have lost 4-0 to Chelsea with Schweinsteiger in the team as a central defensive midfielder. He wouldn't have let that happen. He is a sort of player that he understands the passion and what United is. He really gets the club. And I remember Giggsy's comment saying that he was actually taken aback by how much Schweinsteiger bought into Manchester United and the Manchester way of life, which is why it hurts so much to see him not involved. He's not just your ordinary overpaid player. He gets it. He's a passionate footballer, which is why he captained Germany to a World Cup. So that's the one thing that Mourinho's done. I back Mourinho with every decision he's made, apart from that one. I think that's the wrong decision, and a little part of me thinks that he knows it's the wrong decision, but he's just too stubborn to say it, because we're looking at Carrick now, and Carrick's looking like the saviour of our season. He's a 34-year-old. We can't rely on Michael Carrick, and our alternative to Carrick is Morgan Schneiderlin, and he's another one. I love the guy, great footballer, but he is not good enough to play for Manchester United, in my eyes. That's my opinion. He's a good player. He can play for most teams. He can play for Man United, but he can't. We're not going to win a Champions League semi-final against Barcelona with Morgan Schneiderlin in the team. It's not going to happen. So, yeah, we need to bring Schweinsteiger back.
Yeah, I just can't see it happening, unfortunately, which is a shame. But I'd love. I think, like you say, he's got the right attitude to do it, and that's what's important in a United shirt sometimes. I think we're just about to kick off the second half. So thanks for joining us again, Ross, regular on the United Stand, who pops on at half time and before the game. So hopefully we will get a result, and thanks for popping on. Hopefully we won't have extra time. I don't think we could sit through that again, but. Yeah.
I look forward to watching your cool Goldbridge later. I'll be watching all the new faces on it.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. All right, cheers, Ross. Speak to you very soon.
Thanks, mate. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, pal. Yeah, that just reminds me, actually. We will obviously be live with Call. I think it's more Call the United Stand, but we call it Call Goldbridge just for a little bit of a gimmick. So it won't be on this stream, but live straight after this game, and God forbid we don't lose a game, but if we do, come on and have a rant. Call Goldbridge. I'll open up the stream probably about 10 minutes before the end of the game, so you can get over to there when this one finishes. And we'll open up Skype. Mark Goldbridge is the Skype name. Skype him from after the game, and we'll start getting a load of you on. The floor is yours. Don't come on and be like Liverpool in a title race, like fall over and don't say anything. Come on, hit the ground running. Give us what you got. Tell us what you think, and we'll take it from there. So looking forward to it. Our first ever one, and it's going to be a regular show after every game from now on. Getting you lot on passionately, giving us what you think, what your frustrations are, what you're happy about. Defo. Kollarov's coming on for Man City, and I don't think there's any changes for United. Liam McDyer about Schweinsteiger. I think the squad did get in Jose's ear about the concern over Schweinsteiger, and they hated his privileged position with Van Gaal. Although Van Gaal did sort of fall out with Schweinsteiger a bit like he did RVP, because he wasn't the signing he was hoping for. Sandeep can't wait for Call Goldbridge yet. I can't wait either. Jonathan Smith, don't worry, first never follows. And also they don't ever go one-on-one like I do, so don't worry about it. Mark, top four in a trophy like the FA Cup or League Cup is a good season for United and Jose, says Shaka. I'd agree with that. And we're off. Bloody hell. The second half, I'm always really good on the first half, but second half I'm terrible when it comes to the timer. I'm always too busy having a chat. But I shall have it going for you. Start and Oh, it started. I'm looking for something that's already started. Don't worry about me. Okay. So, interesting. No changes for United in the second half. As I said, more than happy if we can just nick a 1-0 in this game. I think it's really important that we build some confidence. And as I said, there might be a few square pegs in round holes, but this is the team. There's a lot of players in this team that I want to be in it. I don't want Rooney to come back in. I think he's had his chances, and I think he's a spent force, unfortunately. I want Herrera in the team. I want Carrick in the team. I want Pogba in the team. I want Mata in the team. I want a firing Zlatan at his best in the team. You know, Valencia is going to be our right back until we sign somebody. Daley Blin's going to have to play because Bay is injured. So Luke Shaw, I want him to be playing. Mata's just played an absolute awful pass there. It's got to be offside. Rubbish referee. Oh no, he did get it. It was an awful pass by Mata, a bit wayward. You can't be doing stuff like that, Wan. But seems to be a little bit of space. Valencia's certainly trying to get... I'd love to see Valencia playing at right back, right midfield. Right back, no way. I think at right midfield it would be really good. United on the attack here. Valencia, you know, Zlatan's in the box on the penalty spot there. That's where you've got to be making sure that you are putting the ball into the box. Junior It Crazy said, what would you do if Fellaini scores? Be absolutely ecstatic because I want to win. Adam says we're 700 subscribers off from 50,000. Well, if we hit 50,000 subscribers on this live show tonight, which I don't think we will do, there's your challenge. I've got a couple of prizes we can give away, so there you go. Click subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I mean, the best thing about the United Stand is, the most useful thing about subscribing to the channel, apart from we'd have more subscribers, is the fact that if you do the notifications when we go live, because we do a lot of live content, you'll always know when we go live, which is great. But so please do subscribe. I'd love us to hit 50,000 subscribers tonight. It would be amazing, and it'd be great to do it whilst we're live, and because obviously you pick up subscribers when you're not live, so it'd be brilliant to do it live. But challenge to you lot, can you do it? Scholes Legend 18, that's 2 passes Mata has made in this game that have been poor. I was thinking exactly the same. There was that one in the first half, wasn't there? I don't mind people making bad passes if the rest of their game's quite good. I mean, Herrera and Mata there, they've always had good link-up. Oh, put him in. This should be 1-0. Zlatan, he's overhit the pass. Pogba, onto the post. Oh, that would have been a cracking goal. Started with Herrera and Mata linking up. They found Zlatan. I think he overhit it slightly and made Pogba have to stretch for it. And the keeper put it onto the post. And it's nearly 1-0. Fantastic play from United there. And that's what you want to see. That's what we can do. Pogba hitting the post. Fantastic build-up play, though. I was just saying that, wasn't I, about how, I don't mind players like Herrera does it quite a lot. It was a good save by their keeper. Herrera gives the ball away quite a lot, but he'll also make some good passes as well. I don't mind people making mistakes because it shows intent. Fellaini can't do them sort of passes because all he can do is 5-yard passes. And we got a lot of people in August saying, he's got the best successful pass rate in the league. Well, he's doing 5-yard sideways and backwards passing, of course he is. Those people who I don't really like. Lovely run by Rashford here. Play on. He can't go past 3. He nearly does. He's got 3 on him now, though. He's got to find a pass. Better by United. Pogba might hit this. It's always going wide. Shouldn't have hit it. But, players who are attack-minded and make risky passes, well, obviously they're not always going to come off. I'd rather have a player who's got an 80% pass rate, but they're trying to make attacking passes like Herrera, than someone like Fellaini who's got 97% pass rate, who's just doing rubbish 5-metre passes all the times. So yeah, Herrera and Mata there were superb. Ramen, you guys are not following and commenting the game. Of course I'm bloody watching the game. Just spoken about it. If you don't like it, don't watch. Pogba, Ibra and Mickey have ruined their career, I think, in my opinion, says Brad AVFC. Well, he's a Villa fan. Nothing wrong with Villa fans. A foul there. Herrera was nearly in. I thought that was a bit harsh, but that's Mike Dean. Almost 1-0 to United, says Venom. Definitely. NG Terry Mourinho is a joke. Man United more like man undecided, says GT Gaming. I think we've got not a negative people. Mark, if you had a choice of 5 players, what would you bring in January? Would it be and why? Coleman and Matic. Throw in, I so much love Herrera, says Sandeep. Love Manchester United, says Norma. Good. I'm seeing some positivity in there. You can always be critical about United, and I always think being critical and negative is actually because you care. But I think, you know, when it comes to rival fans, I'll always defend us because that's what United is about. You know, I love the club, love it to bits. And if I'm negative, it's because of what I want to happen. Somebody said we just hit 50,000 subscribers. We're getting closer. Please do keep subscribing and see if we can do it whilst we're live on air. But we're still a couple hundred short. So click and subscribe if you want us to hit 50,000 subscribers live on air. It'd be great. And I do have a couple of prizes I can give away. Because there's something happening at the weekend which will... My stream's a bit... There we go. Mata, crossed, punched out by their keeper. Rashford's going to try and hit it. Herrera's going to try and hit it. Blasts it well wide. Thought it was going to find Valencia. But it's definitely United on the attack here in the final third. We're pushing at them. It's better. This is good. This is what the crowd are loving it. Pogba skips past his man. Pullback cross. Wrong choice. Absolutely nobody near it. But 5 City players are. And now it's City on the break. Carrick passes his man off. Blind up against... is it Garcia for City? It's a nice little ball there by Iheanacho into Iheanacho. Oh, I always get his name wrong. And Shaw clears it. So it's a bit end-to-end. It's a bit exciting now, which is good. The ball's still in play. Marcos of Rashford. Better. Whenever Fellaini gets the ball, he does an awkward little pass, says Gungshi. Yep, 100%. I think Man United will finish 4th or 3rd, says Duncan Dorian. You know what? I might not be unhappy with that at the moment when you think about the form of everybody above us, and there's a few teams. We're looking dangerous now, says William Buckley. Manchester United a win, says EC. Fosu Mensah should be playing tonight alongside Pogba, said Rev Memphis. Maybe Fosu's got a bit of an injury as well, because I don't understand why he wouldn't be involved tonight. It's his the second half, is she? Come on. Southampton are winning 1-0. Don't know who they're playing. H. Sinclair. Oi, let us watch the game. There's no point in watching this if we can't see us, says Mikey FTW. There isn't any point. Leave, mate. This is a watch-along. This is a United Stand fan channel. We've been running for a couple of years. We've got loads of people who watch our content. Zlatan's in here. He's in the box. He's got one man ahead of him. Lays it off. Herrera. Mata. He's giving a free kick. He's giving a goal. Yes. He's giving a goal. Herrera sort of shoulder barged somebody off the pitch. Somebody off the ball. I think City wanted a foul. It was great play. United have been well in control in this second half. The free kick not given, and Mata finishing it on the 6-yard box. Brilliant play. Well played by Zlatan, holding the ball up. Well fought by Herrera. I don't think it was a foul. Not my normal reaction, because I thought Mike Dean had given a foul, and you lose that emotion from it. But Zlatan into the box, lays it off to Herrera, shoulder barge, and Mata bangs it in. City fans won't be happy. We're happy. It's 1-0 to Manchester United, and it's Juan Mata. And this is it. We just want to win. We just want to win. We just want to win. Keep a clean sheet and we win this game. And that is what we want, folks. Happy? I'm happy. Are you happy? I'm happy. I've got to now update absolutely everything on the page. And Mourinho's happy. Mourinho is happy. Good. Confidence is what we are about, and confidence is what we need to be about. Bring Rooney and Schweinsteiger back into the first team. Why? You know what? I know it's been a bit disjointed, but when I look at this 11, I want it to do well. These are most of the players I want to be in the side. Matar scores for Manchester United. No, Pedro doesn't score. Mata scores. Mata. 1-0. There's another one for me to update. Don't worry. I know you always tell me to get it updated. Well, it'd be nice to do our first ever call, Goldbridge, with positive fans coming on. I know we'll have some interesting shows if and when we do lose games in the future. But I'm looking forward to it. Live straight after the game, getting some of your calls in. You'll be the star of the show. But United are playing far better now. Valencia, he's overhit that cross, I think. It's way over Rashford and it's way over Pogba. But we're better in this second half. Much better in the second half. Creating a lot more. And it's Pep who's struggling. Confidence. I know it's a lesser City side. But you can only beat what's in front of you. And trust me, when you've been beaten 4-0, it's a knock to the confidence. A knock to the confidence. So really, really, I've updated the score, Tanya. I've got to talk about the goal, haven't I? I've got to talk about the goal and give it a little bit of that. We're playing City at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if it's the Worthington Cup, the Coca-Cola Cup, the Rumbelows Cup, or whatever it's been called over the years. Littlewood's Cup, I remember, in the late 80s. We're playing City in a competitive game and we want to win. I remember that game we were going to play pre-season that we got rained off and we were all really disappointed. No, this matters more than this. It's actually for something. I wish it was for 3 points. Blackman HD Gamer, just like the old United, it is better. I think Mata and Herrera have suddenly clicked in this half and it makes a lot of difference. I mean, we were talking about Mata's giving away a couple of bad passes in the game, which he has, not going to lie, he has done that. And but it's better. I'm going to do a couple of... Oh, yeah. Bit of press-ups. Sitting down for 2 hours isn't good for you, so you've got to get the circulation going. But yeah, I don't mind people giving the ball away because it's showing you that that risk-taking is how you stretch teams and really good. Michael Gates, Mata should be playing regularly. I think he does play a lot regularly. I mean, what my disappointment was is when we beat Leicester 4-1 at home, I think that was a great team and it had a lot of confidence. Then we played Stoke, played much the same, just didn't take our chances, dropped 2 points and confidence dropped. And then we went to Stoke, to Liverpool, and we changed that side because we were playing defensive. And it's just a shame we hadn't beaten Stoke because I think we might have gone into that game. The Anano 310 says you don't care about this game. What I actually said is I'm more bothered about the 3 points against Burnley. If we win this and drop points against Burnley, I'd sacrifice this game to get the points against Burnley because that is more important to our season. The League Cup, what happens in the League Cup? You win if you win it, you go into the Europa League. Well, we're already in that and it's not really what we want. We want Champions League football. So 3 points is always going to be far more important than any result in the League Cup. Balance that out though, a win in this game, because it's City, will give us a lot of confidence. But I'll throw it to you, that's what these shows are all about. What would you rather have? Beat City or get 3 points against Burnley? Considering if we don't beat Burnley on the weekend, we're probably going to be 9 points off at least 2 or 3 teams above us. That's a massive gap. Brad AVFC says Aguero needs to come on for City. He doesn't. Keep him off. Although Rojo might do quite well against him because they're both Argentinian international teammates. So, United, I love you, says Norma. We get hammered tonight, no matter without a win. Welcome to Zlatan. Would I give Griezmann the 7 or 10 shirt, says Shaka. I'd give him the number 7. I think that just while there's a bit of a lull in the game, the misuse of the number 7 shirt has really frustrated me at United a lot. It's our best shirt. Raheem Sterling's coming on for United. Not for United, never. He's coming on for City. Don't worry, I have been sat down for a while, so I'm just doing a few stretches because I do suffer from a bit of a bad back. Welcome to Zlatan says, mentally wise, tonight is more important. Definitely. I think a clean sheet would give us a hell of a lot of confidence. We do look good in the second half, Joe Budder. Good news, says Greyman. Bolton are winning. Hashtag score Ibra. It'd be good to Zlatan score. I did say 1-0. 1-0 would be I didn't mean to swear. Would be a great result for us. Do you think Mata has won over Jose? Says Nerd. I hope so. He's got good stats. He's got good stats. And William Mitchell would prefer 3 points against Burnley. definitely. I agree with that. Who's your favourite player at United? Says Landro. Get asked that nearly every watch-along stream. Rashford, because he's exciting, he's young, and he's come through the United youth system. And I think he is Manchester United, what Manchester United should be about. Daniel Steen, good question. Mark, who is worse, Jones or Fellaini? I think that's the impossible question. I'd have to say Fellaini. I think a better question is, who would you rather get rid of, Jones or Fellaini? And I'd rather get rid of Fellaini, because Phil Jones doesn't get picked even when he's fit, and he's always injured. But Fellaini, I wouldn't mind Fellaini so much if he just never got picked, but he always seems to get picked. So any opportunity to get rid of Fellaini, I would take over any other player in the squad. Jones is injured again, Chris Davis, and Ross was saying before the game started that apparently it's another long-term injury. I mean, why we gave him a new contract recently, I don't know. Jay Bradford's on about Anthony Martial. Apparently he's got a slight injury, that's why he's not involved. I don't know why Fosu Mensah's not involved, and obviously Mkhitaryan, we just assume he's not involved because of the fallout, which we are being rumoured. Manchester United is love, says Hasbulla. Safe's just farted, doesn't matter, we can't smell it on YouTube. And a lot of people want to win both. Quinn loves United. Hi Mark, you're okay, says Scott Kent. Yep, just stretching at the moment. Stretching my back out a bit. It's a long time to be sat down. Mark, how much would you pay for Griezmann, says Dylan? I don't care. I don't know. How much do you think it would cost? I think Mata and Herrera have been exceptional this half, but on the other side, may not be obvious again because what he does is so subtle. Carrick just dictating the flow. Old Trafford chanting out Jose Mourinho's Red Army, brilliant. This is what we want. Make him love the club. Make him feel confident and at home with the club. Make him know that we back him 100%, and to start taking risks. Rashford's in again. We are making risks. Decent cross. Oh, Zlatan again. Why? It wasn't a sitter, but it was there for him to hit home. It's such a shame. Such a shame. He should have scored. Oh, winning a great goal. It was a good cross by Rashford, whose crossing isn't the best part of his game. Valencia, dinky cross. No, too high, but Rashford will get onto it. Heads it down. Pogba gets up. Zlatan should be fighting there in the box. He's just very lethargic there. I don't know what he's doing. It's another miss for him though. I want to see it back. I don't know what anybody else is saying. Somebody just said there, Zlatan, another miss sitter. No, he should be scoring. There's not. The cross comes in by Rashford. It goes past City defenders, but there's no deviation on the ball. He just misses it. He's got to be taking that. Bardidas says Mata is key to our season. Manchester United fans, Zlatan with another sitter. I don't know, it was as easy as some of the others, but he should have done. He should have at least made contact. It isn't good enough. It isn't good enough. But we've got somebody go down there injured. Looks like Herrera. That's the last thing we need. Just while we're waiting on Herrera injury, a couple of you saying when are you going to give the prize out? That prize was only prizes. There's two. Sterling, the dirty little sod, has just stamped on Herrera's foot. No, he hasn't. He's kicked through on him. Shouldn't be that bad, hopefully. I only mention prizes if we hit 50,000 subscribers on this live stream, which I never ever thought we could do. We are currently just over 400 off it. There's 3,000 watching at the moment, so only you lot know how many of you haven't subscribed. If you click the subscribe button now, you might knock us into that 50,000 and you might end up winning one of the two prizes. So please do subscribe if you want that to happen. But it's been a brilliant stream. Thanks to everybody who has been watching so far. And don't forget, I will open it up probably in about on the 80-minute mark, I'll open up the other stream, which is going to be called Goldbridge, which we'll do live straight after this one. You can call in via Skype, Mark Goldbridge, and give us your thoughts on the game, and hopefully you'll be one of those lucky ones who does. Oh, Zlatan with a little flick there, nearly putting Rashford in. Well, we're in control at the moment. I mean, I don't know whether... Thanks, Tyler, for subscribing. Daniel as well. Why so many dislikes, says the Canadian Gamer. Jesus, we have got a lot of dislikes tonight. I think a lot of people tune in and they think it's live footage of the game because people ridiculously do stream illegally Manchester United games on YouTube, which we've never done. This wasn't our idea to do these watch-alongs. We were asked by a number of viewers halfway through last season, can you be live when games are on, so that even though we're watching it, we can mute the commentary, we can interact on the live comments with other United fans, and we started doing it, and people, we did it as a trial, and you've all really loved it. But you still do get people who tune in, even though it says live stream watch-along, who think it's a live footage. It doesn't say live match stream or anything like that. We're not showing the live game. The channel would be shut down for that. It really is about, and I know there's a lot of people around the world who get up at silly o'clock to watch United because they love them, and a lot of people watch games on their own and they want to be able to interact with United fans, and it makes you feel more part of it, and that's why we do it. Shane's just subbed as well, thank you. Darwin says you suck, thank you. Connor's subbed as well, good. You won't get to 50,000 tonight, I don't think. But Syaf subbed as well. JTE has as well. But thanks everybody. And what I would say is we are live for every watch along, and we will be live from now on with after every game with Call Goldbridge, where you're going to be the star of the show. But we do have daily content as well. Sunday night at 8:30 was the first show we ever did on the United Stand. Was weekly, 52 Sundays every week of the year at 8:30 on Sunday. We've got Sunday Night Live, where it's basically a topical chat show, talking about United live. The live comments are up as per usual. But there's loads going on with the United Stand at the moment, absolutely loads, and we want you to get involved, which is why we're doing more and more, getting you Skyping in. A bit of a lull in the game at the moment, which is good for us. When you're 1-0 up, that's not a massive concern. Adi Tigati's been here since 1,000 subscribers. I know some of you, Tyler as well, if you're still watching, some of you have been here from when we used to have like 100 subscribers. So it's been an amazing journey, but it doesn't matter when you join it, you're part of it, and that's what the United Stand is. And the United Stand, for those who don't know what it is, it's an independent Manchester United fan channel, worldwide, lots of people getting involved, and our one aim has always been your voice is what matters. It's saying it how it is for the fans. It's getting a fan's voice heard is what our aim has always been, because I think football, it's lost its way over the last decade for sure. It's all about the money, and I think fans do get treated like mushrooms put in the dark, and without us, without the fans, then they wouldn't have all this money, because I know the sponsors like Adidas, etc., pay them massive amounts of money for sponsorship, but that's only because they want us to buy all their shirts, which we do. Without fans, footballers are nothing, and they need to appreciate us more. Kolarov with a free kick, way over the bar. Peter Griffin, the gamer, has been here since we had 245 subscribers. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the journey, Peter, because it's your journey as much as it is ours. And people always say, oh, that's a bit of a cliche. Aguero's coming on. People always say that's a bit of a cliche, but if you've been watching us for the last 18 months, just coming up for 2 years this Christmas, we've always been like this, and it always has been about you. And that's why Call Goldbridge later, getting you on, it's another forward step for the channel to get more and more fan voices. Because I've always said I won't do this forever, and there'll be one of you out there who can step into the void and make it what it is. We're 200 subscribers off 50,000. Jesus, I might have to get the old prizes out for in a minute if this keeps happening. Interesting. Schneidlin's coming on. Hopefully it's for Carrick, because that might mean that Carrick can play against Burnley at the weekend. We were talking about that at half time. I bet it's for Herrera. City now, you know, they've got Sterling on. They've got Aguero on. Oh, I thought they scored then. Somebody was in the goal. It wasn't the ball. Aguero clears it. Rashford fighting hard. Soft linesman gives a foul against Cliche. Cliche. It's a cliche. "20 minutes to go." Venom saying, please subscribe. We want to hit 50,000 subscribers. Bobby Bangers says this channel sucks. Not for everybody, is it? Thoughts on the game, Mark? Says Kellen H. I've really enjoyed the second half. I think it's been great. Matta's coming off. It's a shame. We're going very defensive then, aren't we, in the midfield? Be interesting. We haven't seen Schneiderlin for a while, have we? I haven't looked on Twitter, but I bet City fans are going absolutely mad saying it's a foul. And to be honest, I just think it's funny. Tyler's not happy. Why does he always take Mata off? I'm gonna tweet that, Tyler, because it's a good point. It's a good point. We've gone defensive. Who will go to the right side of midfield then? But we haven't seen Schneiderlin playing for a while, have we? So be interesting to see how he does for the last 20 minutes. We're shutting up shop. But we need the points. We need the points. Let's have a look what's going on here. Roblox saying Manchester City are crap. Frankie Bauer, if we keep a clean sheet, it may boost De Gea's confidence. Yeah, I think... Well, I said it last night on the preview show. And... I've said it a few times, as have you lot, that realistically... Zlatan's just gone down there. I think he looks alright. League Cup doesn't mean anything. What matters tonight is we're playing Manchester City and we win confidence. Confidence is what we win. And you can't beat that confidence that will hopefully send us into Burnley and Swansea before the next international break with real confidence. Henley Good, you're my favourite channel. Everybody please subscribe and mention me. I'll mention you. I don't think everyone else will, Henley. But Mata played well, but Schneiderlin's chance to gain form and fitness, says Caleb. Yeah, I'm happy to see that. I'd rather would have seen Mata stay on and give Carrick a rest, because I want Carrick to play at the weekend. Shaka Phillips, would you give Rashford the number 7 shirt? Yes, I would. I think I've said it many a time. It annoys me what's happened to the number 7 shirt at United. I think Luke Shaw getting 90 minutes is really important now, because we need him to be getting... He has got to play every game now, because Daley Blind is going to have to go to centre-back. And I don't think you can win a title with Daley Blind as a centre-back, but we need him to play. This is where Daley Blind comes into his own as a really useful squad player, and I think he's played nearly every game so far. Luke Shaw was out injured, he went to left-back. Bay's out injured, he's going to have to come into centre-back. And that's the wonder of Daley Blind. We just need someone to play with him. I wouldn't trust Rojo and Blind. But then again, we have got lesser games against... Well, not lesser games, because any game's difficult in the Premier League. But, we're not playing Spurs or someone like that, are we? We're playing Burnley. So we should be able to get by with whatever centre-back pairing he plays. But I would play Smalling. I think Smalling just is better than Rojo. Tanvir supports Liverpool. Well done. Frosty FC wants everyone to subscribe so we can hit 50,000. I'll tell you what you're at now. You won't. I don't think you'll do it. I'm not saying it to try and make you do it. Please do subscribe. But Rashford's gone out to the right wing now. 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes to go. I'm just opening up the the stream for the call Goldbridge. I'm not leaving. Don't go on to it yet. I'm just opening it up so it's there. It will start at as soon as this game has concluded. It says 10 o'clock, but it will probably go live before that because I think hopefully, as long as this doesn't go to extra time, this game should be done by around 10 to. So I forgot how to spell Mkhitaryan then. I should know how to spell it. There's no I in it, is there? It's Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan. Spell, bro. Spell, bro. No, there isn't. It's not a Y, it's an I. Oh, getting on my own nerves now. City sort of pushing us at the moment. Mickey. If in doubt, use Google. I'm having a brain fart at the moment. Mkhitaryan. I knew it. I was right the first time. Go with your hunt. Don't change your mind. Go with what you know. Mkhitaryan. Good defending by City there. I think that's that young lad, isn't it? Forget what his name is, but decent croc. Lovely ball by Zlatan. Rashford's running through. He's very wide. He's not running through on goal. Puts the cross in, and the defender. Well, it's not really a chance. I'd argue that's not really a chance. Not a good one anyway. It's a corner for United. Can we score a corner? Stop messing about now. Corner to United. Taken by Herrera. Up by City. Edge of the box. Well up by Schneidlin. Bouncing about. Falls to Luke Shaw in the left side. Put the cross in. You need to put the ball into the box. That's what you need to do, Luke. But United have been much the better side in this second half. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but comfortably the better side, I think. Aguero out on the right, cross comes in, headed by Shaw. That's what you want to do. Right. 10 minutes to go. Tense time. Zlatan, good tackle there. That's what we want to see. Confidence. It'd be nice. It would be brilliant if Zlatan could get a goal. Somebody's just asking about the subscribers there. You're gonna get close, but I don't think you're gonna do it in 10 minutes. We might. You never know. We might do it on the Cool Goldbridge show. I've still got the prize for you. Good header by Schneidlin. Just the thing we've got to try and do is just not give City an opportunity. You're 150 subscribers off hitting 50. And Rashford's hobbling now. That's the last thing we want. Hopefully it is cramp. He's going to be taken off for Lingard anyway, which is... I just hope it's not a bad injury. That's the last thing we need. Might be cramp. At his age, it's probably cramp, hopefully. Big applause for Rashford, as you would expect. Lingard coming on for Rashford. Nine minutes to go. 9.5 minutes to go. I mean, City haven't. You know, this is City's. I mean, what would City bring into this team? De Bruyne is injured, so he couldn't have played anyway. Obviously, Aguero would have started. They've not got a hell of a lot. David Silva, obviously, but they've not got a hell of a lot missing. I mean, granted, it is their second team, but. I'll take some of your live comments now. I've just been not messing around. I was just doing something that's quite important. I mean, City. I mean, this is City's. I mean, what would City bring into this team? So, Call Goldbridge will be live straight after this stream. The stream to get onto that, don't go now because it's not going to be live. Is it's in the first line of description. In fact, Luke Shaw has not been skinned once in the second half, says Mickey. Mkhitaryan, yeah. United for the win, says Ali. I hope so. We're not really giving him a sniff at the moment. It's Light Zone 88 says, please everybody subscribe. I want to hit 50,000 before the end of the show. Come on United, get a second, says David Connolly. I don't think we're looking for a second, David. I think we're looking to grind a 1-0 out, which I'd be absolutely ecstatic with. I don't know about all you lot. Navas has moved actually out to the left-hand side now. Aguero is not in the box. Don't worry, he's on the edge of the box. It's a wide to Navas. They've got an overlap here, though. You've got to be very careful. Cross comes in, out by Blind. I think Blind's been really good tonight. I know he was dodgy against Chelsea, but he's been good tonight. And let's not forget, you know, City's reserves is still probably capable of beating most sides. And one thing Pep has done, he has got his team playing to a system. But second half, we've been much the better football side. It's a bit like the derby, you know, we dominated in the second half of that. Maybe there's an issue about fitness with City, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's something in it. I don't know. Is this the way to Amarillo? Lingard. Just got to keep hold of the ball now. We were in the final third. We're just keeping hold of the ball, which is good. Be a fantastic win to get this. I mean, I do think there is an element of a foul on the goal, but I think it's a funny element as well because I think the law of the game, it's not. We don't want extra time. That's the last thing we want with Michael Carrick on the pitch. We need him to be 85 minutes. Come on, United. Come on, United. Let's get it. Let's get it won. Let's do the business. Right. I'm just going to do something very quickly. This should work. Over to here. Yes, this is going to work. Okay. Right. You should be seeing on your screen live comments here with my arrow, so you're all there. When this game is finished, if you go down to the video description where it says Call Goldbridge Stream, there's the link. Click that link and it will take you through to where we will be live on that stream. Sandeep's there and he's excited already, which is great. So I'm going to go back. So the link to do that is, as I say, oh, you might see this screen now. Stop that. So yeah, down to the video description. Cool Goldbridge stream link. When this video is completed, go to that, and then obviously that's where we're going to be taking your calls. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And also, this game is very, very nearly finished. We are in the final of the Football Blogging Awards. Whilst we're through here, if you can just all go down to the video description. If you have a Twitter account, if you click the Twitter link there, all you've got to do is click tweet, and it will tweet out your vote, which would be fantastic for us. Please do that, because we're up against some massive, massive accounts. Don't worry, nothing's happening on the game at the moment because Latan's just took a knock. So please do that. If half of you voted now on that Twitter link, we'd probably win the award at Old Trafford in November. That'd be absolutely brilliant. And the best thing as well is you can vote twice. If you go to the website bit, there's nothing happening on the game, don't worry. This is like 3 or 4 seconds out of your life, and you can win us this award, which would be fantastic. It's at Old Trafford with the only United finalist. We don't want anyone else to win it, do we? We want to win it, so come on, help us win it. Go down to Best Video Football Vlog, select the United stand, and then your name and your email. Vote now. If you can do all that for us, I mean, it's all in your hands. It's all in your hands. But you've been with us for over 2 hours. You've been with us for over 2 hours. You've been absolutely fantastic. Please just take the few seconds to vote on those for us. It would mean a hell of a lot, and we could do it. We can do this. We can win it at Old Trafford. It would be brilliant, absolutely superb. So please do. Not a lot happening at the moment. United crowd very, very happy. City haven't done anything that looks like they're going to do it. Thunder Hobo King says, come on guys, vote. Please do vote. Delta Daz keeps saying this. Mark said he's not interested in this game. Give me a quote where I said I'm not interested in the game. What I said is I'm not interested in the League Cup, and I'd rather win at the weekend because 3 points are more important. But what I also said is what's up for grabs is beating City, which we always want to win, and confidence is up for grabs, and that is very important. So don't try and mishmash my words. Venom's just voted. Thanks. It takes you a few seconds, and no word of a lie, we won Best New Vlog last year, and I couldn't attend the awards because I had a previous engagement that I couldn't get out of. I'm going to the awards at Old Trafford. If we win it, I will stand up and do the acceptance speech, and I will thank each and every one of you. Nobody else. No one else is getting the thank you. It will be the viewers of the United stand, and it will be a speech about how important fans are in football, and everybody should stand up and take note. So please do vote. Few seconds. I know I'm ramming it down your throat, but it will. If you don't vote, we won't win. I think we're probably a few hundred behind the bigger accounts anyway. But with so many of you watching, if just half of you took the time to do it, we'd win. And a few seconds out to make a huge difference for this channel, which has grown from nothing to nearly 50,000 subscribers because of all you lot. So just do it. And I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm sort of nervously keeping my eye on it, trying to pass the time quickly, because I know if I garble on for a bit, it'll pass the time. But yeah, if you vote, we win. Knowing you've got the power to make that difference, just pop down there, crack on with it, please. Lewis says Man United are losing. I don't know what alternative reality you're in, but Man City are losing. Elite's voted. Yanks are coming. He's voted. I'm going to shout out everybody who's voting. Kellen H has voted. How do I vote? Says Tommy Sproul. Oh God, Tommy. Lingard's got it in the right back position. Okay, just for Tommy, I'm going to show you how to do this because I also want to show you something else. Okay, so I'm on the stream. You're all watching. Don't worry, City have got it in their own half at the moment. Right, so all your live comments are there. There's my arrow. What I want you to do when we finish this stream is go down. Pogba's going to get a foul here given. That's ridiculous. He's going to get a yellow card. That's it. Otamendi, idiot. It's only a yellow. I was worried for a little bit that it might be a red. Zlatan's getting involved with Caballero as well, which is good. We want a bit of fight. That's what you want. You want a bit of fight and passion. Okay, so I'm down on my video description. The Goldbridge stream log. I'm clicking on it there. Just when this video stream's completed, you can go on there. They're all arguing on there already, which is great. Somebody's kindly disliked that video already, which is superb. But if you want to vote for us in the Football Blogging Awards and you're on Twitter, click that link and then you just click tweet and then your vote is cast. And you can also, it is allowed, it is in the rules that you can vote twice, because you can also do it through the website. Click that, go down to best video blog, the United stand, put your name and your email address, vote now, and it's ding, dang, done. As is this game. Zlatan's been booked, but Pogba's running through. Keeper's just about got there. We're going to win this game, lads. Don't worry. We're going to win the game. I passed the time perfectly as well. And I need to get my earpiece in because we're going to be live very soon talking the game. There's 4 minutes added on, but United are in possession of the ball, so chill out. Don't have a cow. Vote, 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 says Pushan. Please do vote. Your vote can help us win. I just need to make sure I set this stream up rightly because I don't want us to mess it up. There's people on there already, which is great. And who knows who's coming on. What I would say is if you're going to try and Skype and get on, listen to me when I'm live because there's a couple of things I need you to do. But if you are fortunate enough to get on, don't be a rabbit in the headlights. Nobody's going to bite you. Enjoy it and get in there from the off. Give us what you think about the game, and if you've got a question or something you want to say, let us know. But take the opportunity, enjoy it, and we're looking for passion. City cross. There's a man over here. Shaw needed to win that. He did. Be careful. City are throwing caution to the wind at the moment. United. Let's just be careful. Calm it down. Get rid. Stop playing head tennis. Foul on Zlatan. That'll do. This is a big, big result. Confidence. Confidence. So I must have said confidence the most word tonight, as well as vote. Please do vote. Right, I've got my stream ready. That's what I wanted. We're down in there. 30 seconds. This game's won, folks. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Loads of you voting. Thank you. FIFA King HD. Thank you very much for voting. Andrew Jangs voted. Alex voted. Limar's voted. Loads of you voted. Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael Robertson. Really, really helpful. Still give you a shout out, Bance. I should have said before as well, we're up against the biggest, most important thing of all, we're up against the Liverpool fan channel. We're up against the Liverpool channel who's been tweeting out for the last month. The deadline is Friday night. They've been tweeting out, oh, we're up against United at Anfield. We've won 1-0. We're up against United. We're against United at Anfield. Vote for us. So they've had loads of votes that way. So if you want to stop Liverpool winning at Old Trafford, please do vote below. We've beaten. We've won. Jose was very... he still looks not very happy. Big result for United. Lots of confidence to be taken from that as far as I'm concerned. Really important to win it. Get a smile on your face, Jose. Oh, I liked that. He's saluting the crowd as well. Come on. This is what, it makes me feel. I don't know how it makes you feel, but it makes me feel proud. Proud of United. Proud of the way we're building. We've just got to stick together. He is the right man. He's the right man. I know it's only the League Cup, but we've won. We've beaten City. And we go on to the next game. We go on to that game at the weekend, which is a must-win game. We've got to beat Burnley. That's where my focus has been, admittedly. But to win a derby, to play as well as we did in the second half like that, massive, massive amount of confidence will come from that. And confidence is what it was all about. So really, really, really pleased. Really pleased with that. And I think we should all be pleased and happy with it. thought man of the match. Well, we'll pick all this up on the Mark Goldbridge thing. I want to also talk about Mkhitaryan. I think that's really important. But to win the game, absolutely happy, absolutely brilliant, and really, really pleased. And hopefully that's the start of something really good. Thanks for everybody who voted for us. As I said, we are up against the Liverpool fan channel, and if you vote, we will win because we've got a lot of people watching tonight. If half of you voted in the links below, we'll win it. So please do take the few seconds to do that. But of more importance, it's against Liverpool, and we want to beat them at Old Trafford, obviously. But United beating City, confidence was what it was all about tonight. I'm literally should. He says with some confidence be able to get live on the Cool Goldbridge stream within about a minute. So I'm going to end this stream now. Go down to the video description. First sentence there has got the link, and I will be live in about a minute taking your first call on this game. Cool Goldbridge, first show ever. Get involved. Thanks everybody on this stream. You've been fantastic. I've thoroughly enjoyed the last couple of hours. Don't forget to join us for the Burnley game at the weekend as well, or every United game on the Watchalong. It's been absolutely superb. Please do vote, and I'll see you on Cool Goldbridge in about, give me a minute.